What?
Oh man,
That's them doing it to him, man.
Wow.
That's,
that's how.
all right, let's go, man. Y'all ready?
We ready?
Oh man.
Why do you do that, man? Why you gonna go and do that, B?
Wait, they gonna have Idris Elba play Knuckles? Hold on.
Where
And Sonic. Oh yeah, I'm about to watch that.
All right, let's go.
Suicide Squad already out.
I heard that was trash.
I heard the same thing.
I'm gonna watch
I like
it,
the
though.
first one. First one was
Yeah, that
good.
was dope.
I'm gonna watch it though. I'll probably watch it today.
I'm gonna watch that documentary today.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. It's Tuesday. You know what that means. Time for the #1 sports podcast in the world. It's time for Sports for You.
Let's go, let's go.
Live on Facebook and YouTube. I'm John. We got Mark in the house.
What up with it?
We got Nick Freeze.
What it do, what it do?
And the man on the board, of course, the Power Father himself, Mr. Ben Reddy.
That's him.
We live on Facebook and YouTube. Make sure you subscribe and like Sports for You Podcast and Townhouse Media on Facebook and YouTube. So follow us on Instagram at Sports for You Podcast and Townhouse Media now. And of course, and you listen on digitally on Spotify, Spreaker, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Google, Amazon Music, Stitcher, and Rebel. Make sure you subscribe and share. Lots to get into today on this Tuesday, second Tuesday edition in August.
What?
I was going to say March and August. I'm not thinking March Madness already. Just minor Summer League. Everything's because everything. This is the first time we had Summer League and preseason football and MLB baseball all happening at the same time. It's crazy. But I have to get into brothers. How y'all feeling today? Mark, how you feeling, brother?
I'm as good as can be right now.
That's
mentally,
good. That's
mentally, mentally going crazy, but it's all right.
You'll be better, brother. You'll be all right. Being ready, how you feeling, man?
Excuse me. I'm doing good, man. Doing good, man. You know, just living, enjoying life, man. This Charger life, man.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, well, that's how we're gonna
Embracing that, man.
Oh, it's about to be a bad connection.
Hey, we can't hear him.
no,
more.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. He's muted.
Hi, Nick Reese, how you feeling, man?
Everything's going good, man. Can't complain.
And that same here.
Red Nation.
So let's just start there. I see the show is starting off pretty violently right now. So let's just start off there. So the show, episode 61, we titled it Fan Fest because this past weekend, Sports for You hit the last 48 hours. Sports for You been on the road. We were just recently Sunday at the great SoFi Stadium in the city of Inglewood, California. At Chargers Fan Fest. I'm sorry, B. Don't mute my mic. You know what I'm saying? So at the Chargers. Okay. At the Chargers Fan Fest in practice, got to see quarterback Justin Herbert, the reigning offensive rookie of the year, Austin Eckler, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams. Saw first round pick Rashawn Slater, second round pick Asante Samuel Jr. Saw my former guy from the Broncos, Chris Harris Jr.
Yeah.
Saw Derwin James. Actually got an interception in practice on Justin Herbert. So
I'm surprised. Never mind. I can't say it on there. Go ahead.
but it was a great day. So shout out to B, myself, Nick. We was there. Shout out to Miss Lisa who offered your boy an extra ticket, and we was in the building. Shout out to Linda. She was in the building. This is the only venue in Los Angeles or in NFL community where you had a Broncos fan, 2 Raiders fans, 2 Chargers fans, and there was no fight.
Shout out to the cookies.
Don't you see? I'm seeing now. So that's how we. And that's how we start now.
Yeah.
That's how we start. Can we say that? So, yeah, we're trying not. She's in the comments too. I bet, man. She
Oh
probably.
yeah. She said mute me earlier for when I said who needs a charger.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
But then today,
Interesting weekend.
yeah, it was. By the way, it was interesting because producer Ben ready, our resident Chargers fan. Let's ask you because y'all. When I'm not trying. I'm trying everything I can to avoid that topic. You know what I'm saying? What was it like, man? You obviously are a Chargers fan, and you get the. Oh wow. Is this song even allowed to lead the 619?
Wait, what?
Is this song allowed to leave San Diego?
Oh man, I thought you said something else.
No, I ain't say that. That's why I said 3 numbers, not 2.
I felt like I was in San Diego.
This song is trash.
Wow.
That's why the Chargers curse because of that song.
Man, so
Man,
Jesus. So, but being ready. Wow. So this is how the show. This is how the show gonna be all. This is how the next 2 hours gonna go, huh?
Yeah.
And the best thing for San Diego is Ron Burgundy, man.
huh?
Say it again, Mark.
Best
Okay,
thing
got
out of
muted,
San
huh?
Diego. The best thing out of San Diego is Ron Burgundy, man.
Wow, he said the best out of San Diego was Ron Burgundy.
Ain't that about nothing?
Hey, that's called Ron Burgundy.
Stay classy, San Diego. Stay classy, San Diego. I thought we saw this. I thought we had the second of Ron Burgundy. I thought we saw the Scotch earlier.
yeah.
Scotch.
That's funny.
Can I ask you two?
Yes, sir.
You two not being Chargers fan,
Uh-huh.
being y'all first time being at the stadium. What was y'all thoughts on the stadium?
It was excellent. It was it looked like a spaceship. I mean, I know that's what they call the Raider Stadium. They call it the Death Star because it's like in Star Wars. But SoFi, it was It was a whole.
That stadium is dope. They're most definitely.
It was definitely worth the $5 billion that Silent Stan, had to cough up to make sure he got the Rams here, and then eventually the Chargers came along a year later. It was worth the $5 bills.
Yeah, that stadium is most definitely off the chain. They most definitely need to upgrade their Wi-Fi though, but they're okay.
And they're parking.
Oh, that whole.
Well,
So that's something different. We'll leave that. We'll say that for later.
See, what happened? Excuse me. What happened was, just for that day, we walked in through the VIP way.
Yeah.
And that wasn't the way we were supposed to go in.
Right.
So that's why we was all out of whack.
Oh, okay.
But for the most part, it's a lot in there. Like it was so much stuff going on. I didn't even know all that other stuff was going on.
Well, the concert, yeah, they had a rock group, Offspring. Pretty fly for a white guy. They was performing a concert outside the stadium.
Wait. The Chargers.
That's the name of the group.
They had Pretty Fly for a white guy performing.
The song they performed the song. The Offspring
Oh
performed
my God, they gonna have a bad year.
it. Hey, hey, y'all tripping? Hey,
She said just because
Y'all
y'all
tripping
y'all preseason concerts are gonna be a dictator to how y'all season gonna go.
Y'all
Pause.
y'all wilding on the Offspring. They song Self Esteem is a classic.
Yeah, that song was dope.
You know what I'm saying?
It took me a while to realize who they were at first.
Hey, shout out to Tax. He said Jerry roll Wi-Fi the truth.
Well, we need to come borrow some of that technology, man.
Yeah, because they Wi-Fi was terrible.
We might as well have some Dixie cups in this and some strings.
Where's their Wi-Fi at? I mean, they don't go there with the Cowboys. I know they're on Hard Knocks starting tonight. Matter of fact, in 30 minutes, HBO. So after y'all watch Sports for You, go back and watch Hard Knocks on demand on HBO Max.
Most definitely. Wait, so where exactly was the where they performing outside? They was performing outside, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so where behind us where we were.
Yeah.
I don't know where they was out. No, they wasn't there. They must have been in the front of the stadium.
It had to be in the front because not the way where we exited. It had to be like where you can see the stadium probably from Manchester.
Off of Prairie.
Yeah.
I think off of Prairie somewhere.
Yeah.
Over in that area. Yeah.
Shout out to SoCal.
And this dude,
He's not a Chargers fan.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Go ahead. He said what I missed.
Did y'all seen the dude that ate the beetle?
This guy.
Wait, everybody.
I did.
Wait, everybody.
I did.
Y'all got to tell this story. I didn't see this happen. This happened when I went to go get food. So.
Okay, so as Offspring is performing, a beetle flew on the stage.
That
was Offspring. That was the first group.
Okay, whoever the first group was that performed in the
that group wasn't bad either. Shout out to that group.
In the FanFest concert outside the stadium, a beetle flew on the stage and one of the performers grabbed it by bare hand, and he's challenged one of the fans in the crowd to eat the bug.
No,
Pause.
no.
Is that how it went?
Nah.
I mean, now tell me how it went because I just saw the dude eat the beetle. Pause.
So
Man.
So while he was performing, and y'all seen it was Beatles crazy.
Oh yeah, it was where we were sitting at. It was too.
Okay, so the beetle flew on his hand on stage. He like, and he screamed. You're like, oh my God. I'm like, yo, what happened? So he had the beetle on him, and then he was talking to the crowd like, should I eat it? And he was like, they was like, no. So he's like, no, I'm not gonna eat it. And then he handed it to dude. Dude's like, just give it to me. Now he didn't say that he was gonna eat it. He was just like, just give it to me. Pause. And then he grabbed the beetle and he proceeded to eat the beetle. Man, it was crazy. And the dude was so disgusted. Yeah. He ate the Beatles juice.
Wow.
And it actually threw dude off his rocker because it really, he wasn't ready for that.
I was watching from inside the stadium and I wasn't ready for that.
I don't think old boy who ate the beetle was ready for that because his face most definitely showed that he was not prepared. Whatever happened when he chewed that beetle didn't work. I guess he liked the Beatles juice.
But here's another thing. Did he get rewarded for that? I mean, did you get some free tickets?
I think
I think some merch or something.
Somebody gave him some.
So the Beatles squirted in his mouth.
Wait, time out.
Pause, man.
Hey, SoCal says shout out to Beetle Boards. hey, for everybody that don't know, Beetle Boards was like super cool for like 2 years.
Wow.
I remember they had the main dude. I forgot the dude looked like Elvis. He was up on there during the little parade. They had the Macy's Day Parade. I remember that. That was crazy.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
Lisa said John just ate cookies and not Beatles.
Man, see, this one.
All right.
So this is we're not. This is not. This is what we're not gonna do right now, man. Okay. I see now. There's no way I'm gonna avoid this story.
Yeah.
Let's just go ahead.
It's so much more. It's so much worse.
Yeah. I see. There's no way.
Just keep going. Just keep going, John. Just keep going, John.
Thank you, because I know because she's gonna bring this up all night. I don't know why, but it was a good venue. The vibe. Shut up. It was a good venue. The vibe was impeccable. Just being, inside SoFi, being around fans for the first time in over a year.
What did you win?
Oh, so as me and our shout out to Lisa and shout out to Linda, we walked around the concourse and we went over by the team store that was open inside, outside of the concourse, because obviously the regular team store is closed on game days and event days. So there was a booth and a guy who's obviously promoting, selling the, tours to tour the stadium, and they're giving away opportunities for free passes to tour SoFi. You tour the stadium, you tour everywhere in the stadium, go in the locker rooms, and you have to hit, I think, you have to throw 3 out of 4 footballs in the bullseye. Mm-hmm. And your boy was clutch.
Was the bullseye?
It wasn't far. I mean, it wasn't far for the amount of attempts I had.
John, you my boy and everything, but man, that throw was trash.
Yo,
I mean,
it worked, but that was crazy.
Hey, hey man,
Pause.
It happens when you have Tim Tebow as your quarterback from all those years. Pause.
Man, that didn't help nothing. After that,
Pause.
that was insane. Yeah, that was crazy.
So I won. Not for anyone. I qualified for a chance to tour the stadium free passes. So I might be touring SoFi real soon, and I will not do it in Chargers gear, Lisa. I don't care what y'all say. Get out of here.
Yeah. Oh man,
she wants me to wear Chargers gear. No, I'm not.
Hey, shout out to they had when we went to the training camp today. They had a clearance sale. Like they give you you pay, it's $100 and you get a bag full of Charger stuff. Like it was a lot. Like it was enough for huh? What'd you say?
They should have paid y'all to take that stuff.
Now, so
I can't hear shit.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, everybody.
So you saying B that they had they had a clearance sale on the merch? Is that what you were saying, B?
Well, they had merch, yeah. So it was like in there. I had got it was a Chargers windbreaker, a jersey. It was some shorts,
Right.
one of those wet dry shirts. Two of those.
Yeah, it was two
long
dry
sleeve
fits.
one and a short sleeve one. Mm-hmm. It was like two of them. It was a bunch of good stuff in there. A pair of socks. Well, come to find out when I left, I only had one sock in there. I was pissed.
It was only one sock.
It was only one sock.
Oh, that's trash.
Hey, hey, yo, Chargers, man.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Hey, Chargers, don't do that to your season ticket holders.
Yeah, that's crazy. Nah, you
You know what I'm
can't.
saying?
Nah, you can't do that.
But it came with a couple other things.
The
but
Raiders wouldn't do that.
It was a probably.
Oh yeah, and the beanie too.
Oh yeah, I got a beanie.
And the beanie.
Yeah, the Raiders probably gave you Glocks and bulletproof vests.
Hey man,
By the way,
that would benefited you more.
By the way, the Raiders fan fest was going on at the same time.
For real?
Someone said that I saw someone posted on social media that the Raiders fan fest had more fans than a Chargers regular season game.
Well,
It's
San
possible.
Diego Chargers.
Well, you got to understand, man. Look,
That's crazy.
LA don't even have a team. So even no matter who, if the Raiders played the Rams, it's going to look like a Raiders game. It may look more like Rams than the Chargers would, but still.
Yeah, the Raiders they got LA locked down. Only LA team to win the Super Bowl. Shout out to them.
Yeah, so but it was a good experience being there. I can't wait to go back for actual game. I want to be there for my Broncos when they play January 2nd. So if anyone has tickets, at jwatson0984 on Twitter and Instagram, and holla at your boy. Obviously, it was just a good venue. I'm just saying the food. I mean, let me tell you something. Hey, Pepsi. Hey, SoFi. First of all, I love Pepsi. But I'm not paying $6 for no 20 ounce. I'm sorry.
And look, and not even just that. They didn't even have tops for your cups. Like that was crazy.
They didn't give
We
you a
got
Chill, Mark. Come on, man.
because we had got the souvenir cups, and the souvenir cups they didn't come with no tops for the sodas.
Now I can only say that they didn't prepare for they didn't think it was going to be that many people there. I guess, which is sad because I don't know how you run out of lids.
Well,
That means it never had any.
Well, I'll say this: when the Rams first year at when the Rams had their first year at the Coliseum, there were some times where the Coliseum ran out of water.
Whoa. Well, they're not. Well, for one thing, that it's possible because they're so used to the college crowd, so it's very possible.
But they didn't cap the seats. You know what I'm saying? They was still having the seats like if it was an SE game, which was but that was the way they sold the tickets, is what I'm saying. I mean, no, it wasn't no sellout like at a SC game normally, but they should have, basically had, better resources. And in the first year, it was a mess, but obviously I know they got better years after that, and I know they're not going to have that issue while they're in, at SoFi because now they're the owners. They were still the tenants in the Coliseum, just like.
Oh yeah, that's
So
true.
now they have control over, what they can have, distributed in regards to the concession stands. But it was a good day. I enjoyed my time there, and I can't wait to go back. Thank you for being ready, Nick, for having this. And obviously, it was just a good vibe. So shout out to everybody, and let's just have a good football season.
Yeah, most definitely.
Let's go ahead and get into some other topics.
Let's get it.
The Olympics have officially closed. USA wins in the medal count, and they had the most gold. They had the most golds. They had the most silvers. They had the most bronze. They had the most medals. Period.
I'm not even surprised.
And it was a landslide. They had over 110 medals. I think China was second, and they had like 86.
Are you kidding me?
USA kills in like track and field every time.
In Jamaica.
Yeah, that I'm about to say that of Jamaica. Those are the two most definitely that if anybody's going to win in the track and field's going to be either USA or Jamaica. But I think USA is a little bit more consistent than Jamaica is because Jamaica they like every couple years they have somebody come out there and just be killing everybody.
And obviously the gold medal went to Team USA in basketball on the men's and the women's side.
I'm not even impressed either. Still not impressed. That team was terrible.
And
Brittany Garner.
the women's side,
They always gonna win. The women's side, they're unstoppable.
7 straight gold medals.
She made history. Y'all didn't see she made history?
What she do?
First woman to hit 30 points in the Olympics.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, she hit 30.
I never knew that.
And it's crazy because you think of so many great Hall of Famers who've been on Team USA, whether it's Pam McGee, Cynthia Cooper, Lisa Leslie, Lobo. Don Staley was the coach.
I mean, it's dope, but you gotta remember this too. Like each scoring 30 in the Olympics is crazy because there hasn't been that many men that scored 30. It's probably about less than 10.
But the crazy part is she's on the team with Diana Taurasi.
Did you see how Taurasi was clowning old girl that was Gardner?
Yeah, she was like, "This is really like."
Look, it was so bad. The referee and the coach started laughing at her.
It was like Taurasi felt like y'all was insulting her intelligence, putting this person on her.
Yeah,
That was like when Muggsy Bogues was guarding Jordan. Y'all seen that?
yeah,
picture?
that's exactly what that was. That's exactly. It's the same picture, almost everything.
So, also, Team USA took home some medals in track. Allison Felix, we salute you, Queen.
Most definitely.
The most decorated U.S. track and field Olympian, surpassing Carl Lewis with 12. Now she has 11 medals, track and field medals, and she's second all time in Olympics overall. So, salute to the great Allison Felix for that.
Please play Carl Lewis singing the national anthem.
Oh God, no!
Please not.
Please not! No! I heard. By the way, I heard that the other day. Someone that was playing it. I think it was the anniversary of that the other day.
But he played that Target song, so I might not be able to.
Uh-oh. Remember the part with
Yeah, that was funny.
Like, we gonna get together now.
Lisa said she's my friend's goddaughter.
Wow, small effing world. Man, well, first of all, Lisa, who do you know? Because you was telling us at FanFest that you was Nipsey's preschool teacher.
Yep. That's how we grew up in Inglewood, man. That's dope, though. That's really dope.
So yeah, but Allison, she's Allison Felix. So yeah, it like I said, I'm glad Team USA won. They won a lot, and obviously they dominated in the swimming as well.
Oh yeah.
That's it. It was just a good Team USA just came in here to dominate. Now we move on to 2024 in Paris. Let me ask you guys this when it comes to men's basketball. Do you think Pop's one and done?
Yep.
Oh yeah, he's done. I think he's gonna retire from basketball before the next Olympics come out and come back around.
I think you retire after next year.
Yeah, if the Spurs don't make the playoffs next year, he's out of there. I don't think he's gonna deal with 3 years in a row. And I think what's her name gonna take over for his job?
Either her or Tim Duncan.
So
yeah, one of them two, most definitely.
So let's handicap who we think will be the coach. Who's gonna be the next coach at Team USA?
John Calipari.
Mark, who you think?
That's a good choice right there, dog.
Yeah.
Nick Saban.
So obviously, Coach K is going to be because Coach K is retiring this year.
Yeah, he's done. That's what I'm saying. So, as I said, John Calipari. That's the only person I could think of.
Yeah, probably
Calipari.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
What about Steve Kerr?
No. Steve Kerr could barely coach the Warriors, so no.
Okay,
I don't think so.
You don't think Steve Kerr? Let me ask you this. Let's just handicap. From this team, we know Tatum will be back.
Yes.
We probably think Devin Booker.
Devin Booker will most definitely be back.
Do we think KD comes back for one more, or you think this is it?
When's the next one?
2024 in Paris.
And how old will he be around that time?
35,
Probably mid 35.
He probably
36.
like 35, 36. I don't think he goes to that one.
Okay.
I'm not saying that he's not going to be capable of going. I just don't think at that point in his career that he would want to go.
How many goals do you have?
He has 3.
He has more than everybody else, right?
He's tied with Melo.
Also, you think he like trying to go for the
he going.
go for the whatchamacallit. He think he'll go for the fourth one.
Yep.
You know what's crazy though is to think that this team actually could have been way better if they wouldn't like the amount of athleticism this team really could have had would have been ridiculous. Imagine if they would have if Zion would have said or like Ja Morant.
And those are the guys who are definitely going to. They're definitely going to be on the 24.
Oh, they're definitely going to be at that one. There's no doubt about that.
Trae Young?
I would say Trae Young. Who else? I think by that time,
Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, about to say Anthony Edwards, or you never know. What's the old boy from the Rockets that got this was balling? Green.
Jalen Green.
He's pretty good. He may be one of those players in about 4 years that's going to be a top notch player, and he might be eligible to go there. So you never know. Maybe a Cade Cunningham.
That's what I'm about to say. I think Cade Cunningham, Evan Mobley, and Green.
Jalen Suggs.
Jalen Suggs. Yeah, I think all of them have that potential to go. Let me see some other guys that. I don't think Jeremy Grant will get a chance to go again. He's one and done.
Yeah.
I don't think he gets that chance again.
I think that young kid from San Antonio not going no more.
He only made it because his coach is the coach.
Exactly.
So I don't think he makes it.
Y'all think? What about Dame?
I can see him coming back.
I can see him doing that too. He could be like the veteran.
Yeah.
Like be the old veteran on the team. To keep everybody together.
Here's the theory people are throwing out.
Mm-hmm.
What if Steph joins just to be the veteran guy? Because it is international play, and his game is actually perfect for the international game. And he has not competed.
He should have been in it this year. To be honest, now if they would have had Curry on this team, oh my God, oh man, it would have been crazy.
What about Harden?
I think James Harden's not going to be at the next one. I think James Harden may be done with international play, even though his game is very much like that. Kyrie, I don't think Kyrie even knows if he's going to play basketball in the NBA next year. So who knows what he's going to do?
Good point.
I think this might have been the last year that we've seen like those players from this era, like KD there. I don't think we're going to see no more of them being the stars of the team no more. Like if KD go to the next one, I think he'll have a mellow role. Yep.
He's going to have a mellow role.
And this is going to be the same way with, like y'all said, Dame. That's why I think 2024 is going to be the year we start seeing a lot of these younger kids start taking over this.
These young cats are athletic out there, too. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be like how it was when you seen USA used to dunk on everybody back in the day and all that crazy stuff with the skill that everybody had.
That's why Calipari would be a good coach.
That's exactly why I said it.
Oh my God!
He knows how to deal with these young players.
I put it like this: if Calipari is on there, y'all might as well.
It's over.
Their recruiting is going to go all the way up.
I'm trying to think of somebody else that could probably be added to that.
What, coaching?
Well, no, to the team. Well, what about what's it called? Jaylen Brown.
Yeah,
I can see Jaylen Brown making it.
Obviously, with no Tatum, he could definitely be there.
I mean, I think they both can make it on the team.
With Durant, he'll probably.
With no Durant, yeah, most definitely. They both can make it. I'm trying to think who else. The thing that's going to hurt USA team. Well, I don't know because what's his name isn't considered is he considered a United States citizen?
Who's that?
DeAndre Ayton.
He's from the Bahamas.
Okay, so yeah, he's good. He'll be able to play for Team USA. So that could be somebody that could play for Team USA as a center later on.
But that's why I said Evan Mobley.
Yep, Evan Mobley. Who else I could think of?
Karl-Anthony Towns. Maybe.
Oh yeah, if Karl-Anthony Towns joins Team USA, that'd be crazy too.
But yeah, we got 3 more years because obviously they're going to have the Olympics in 2024. I want to recap a story we talked about last week.
In 3 years, Karl-Anthony Towns will be like 27 years old,
and still haven't reached his prime yet. That's crazy.
That's ridiculous.
So last week I talked to you guys about Charles Barkley. He was on the record with Bob Costas, and he talked about a couple of things. He talked about the vaccines. He talked about his friendship with Michael Jordan. I just sent a clip to our Telegram. Get ready to cue that up real quick. There was a discussion that he had in the chat. I sent in the chat out that I forgot to bring up last week, and this is his opinion on LeBron James. So Charles Barkley was asked about LeBron's legacy, and he said this. This is Charles Barkley last week on HBO with Bob Costas.
Jordan or LeBron?
Jordan. LeBron is amazing.
He is what he's done in the community is amazing. The reason I give Jordan the edge, and I'm never gonna say it in fairness, I haven't even put LeBron past Kobe. Let's get that out the way. I want to be fair.
All right.
The reason I put Michael up there before those other guys, LeBron has stacked his teams. Let's be realistic. And
As Kevin Durant did and others have done.
And
Does
that's
that
why
lessen their legacy?
yes.
Russell Westbrook now on his way. It's a trade, but on his way
Yes.
to the Lakers.
So I do. Like what Giannis and Dirk Nowitzki, guys like that, especially Giannis is the perfect example. They go through the grind and to lose, which Michael did.
Mm-hmm.
When I was watching that documentary, I was like, damn, I forgot how bad the Pistons beat him up. But what he, going through that struggle, that's what separates sports. Like winning all the time, like we all want to win, but the struggle is part of your legacy. And what Giannis did this year, what Michael doing when the Pistons beat the hell out of him for 3 or 4 straight years, and he's like, no, I'm gonna keep getting better, I'm gonna keep getting better. That's the difference in my opinion.
All right, that's Charles Barkley on the record with Bob Costas.
Are you kidding me?
All right, Mark, I'll let you go
should-
first, man.
You should have played the real one, B.
Go ahead, Mark. I'm gonna let you and Nick have this add this first because y'all went pretty much. Y'all
Man.
basically y'all just luckily Charles Barkley was in the group chat because he wouldn't like what he heard. So I'm gonna let y'all go at it first, and I'm gonna clean it up.
I'll let Mark go first.
Let's start with where he started at. As much as I love Kobe, LeBron is over Kobe.
Yes.
Let's be fair and get that out the way.
I even said that.
Now I got Jordan as the best of whoever did it, but the reason why Barkley is saying it, I don't agree with, because we look at LeBron's first 7 years in Cleveland. That was a struggle, and he got them to the finals. He got them to playoffs every year with a team that probably shouldn't have been there. However, only difference is LeBron didn't get a Pippen in Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? LeBron wasn't drafted with a team with Shaq on there. So of course you're going to you want to win. So I think a lot of these people wanted LeBron to stay in Cleveland so he wouldn't win, because they knew that the owner and the GM wasn't getting no help.
LeBron couldn't even get a J.R. Smith out there.
He got Mo Williams.
Nick, go ahead, brother.
Let me tell y'all something. Do everybody remember what team that Charles Barkley was drafted to?
The Philadelphia 76ers.
So I'm looking at that roster right now. There's a couple of players on here who are Hall of Famers.
Like
3 of them, right? 3 of them?
I believe so. I believe it is 3. I'm gonna go through the whole roster.
like
There's definitely a couple of pauses on these names, but Leon Wood, Sam Williams, Andrew Toney,
could be a Hall of Famer.
Clint Richardson, Moses Malone.
Is in the Hall of Fame.
You said Quentin Richardson.
No, I said Clint Richardson.
Oh,
Clint
Clint.
Richardson.
Not Quentin.
Not Quentin. Clint.
Shout out to Q. Shout out to Q.
So for these people that don't know who Moses Malone is, these young kids, Moses Malone at one point was the best player in the NBA.
He was the first player drafted out of high school.
First player drafted out of high school. This dude put up ridiculous numbers straight out of high school. He is known as the rebound monster. This dude was a multiple-time MVP, switched teams and won MVP. This dude was no joke. And he was most definitely on the team with Charles Barkley.
Can I do a what if right quick?
Go ahead.
What if Moses Malone never gets traded from Houston to Philly and he ends up playing with Hakeem Olajuwon?
Whoa. I'm going to be honest with you. At that time, they probably wouldn't even drafted Hakeem Olajuwon. Because if they would have had him up over there and still had
Ralph Sampson,
they wouldn't have drafted him.
I would have traded Ralph Sampson the first minute. Then I knew I can get Hakeem. I'm sorry.
I have to agree.
If I knew I could get
they
Hakeem,
was going to do that regardless.
If I knew, because they almost could have had Jordan. But go ahead, keep going.
Let's not talk about
Keep
that
going.
right now.
Keep going.
So Bobby Jones, George
Hall of
Johnson.
Bobby Jones in the Hall of Fame, right?
Yes.
Clement Johnson,
That's 2.
Steve Hayes, Julius Irvin,
That's
Dr. J.
The Hall of Famer, right?
The man who was Jordan in the league before Jordan. The man who pretty much dominated, what was that, the ABA?
Yes.
For years. For years.
With them dope Nets jerseys.
Man, them jerseys are so dope.
First dude, the guy from the free throw line.
Man, this
with
dude,
the fro.
This dude was amazing. He was ahead of his time with all aspects of his game. And pause, Maurice Cheeks.
Hall of Famer. He's in the Hall of Fame, by the way.
That's 4.
And then, that's 4. And the 5th one being Charles Barkley,
Who is in the Hall of Fame?
who was a rookie at this time. So you mean to tell me you got drafted to a team that pretty much had 4 Hall of Famers before you even stepped on the court?
And 5 if Andrew Toney never got hurt.
So that would have been 6. That would have been 6 Hall of Famers on this team.
Dudes don't know about Andrew Toney. Go look up Andrew Toney.
Andrew
Go
Toney
look
was
up,
nice.
man.
Yeah.
Go look up Andrew Toney, man. Yeah.
Then, how did he get out over there from the 76ers? How'd that happen, John?
He forced a trade to the Phoenix Suns for one Jeff Hornacek.
But, that's not. Wait. That's not where he was supposed to go, though.
He was supposed to go to the Lakers, and I think it was a trade where he was going to send him to the Lakers for James Worthy. If I'm not mistaken.
Woo, Lord.
Now, no wonder
Yo.
No wonder he's so against LeBron and these super teams. He was denied. He got denied. That would have been a super team in LA, right?
He was going to the Lakers. The word was he was getting traded to the Lakers for James Worthy.
Okay, that would have been a super
I don't know.
team.
I didn't know it was James Worthy. I thought James Worthy was going to stay on the team.
I thought. Now I don't know if it was when he was in Phoenix or when he left Philly, but there was a deal that was pretty much verbally agreed upon where Charles Barkley was getting traded for James Worthy. Barkley didn't answer his phone and they missed the deadline.
Damn.
Are you kidding me?
Google it.
That's crazy.
Google it. Charles Barkley, James Worthy. I'm guarantee you.
That's crazy. That would have been insane. So look,
So Barkley would have been a Laker.
so
With
his,
Magic.
His first, well, that wouldn't have lasted long. But
But then he would have had Shaq and Kobe.
oh man, that would have been crazy. So you was on a super team and it didn't work.
Right.
Did they go to the finals any of the time he was there with the 76ers?
No, they went before he got there, right?
No,
When
they
they
went-
lose in the finals?
They lost in 80
Like 82.
When they lost to 82 to the they lost obviously in 80 to the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think they lost then they lost again. Then there was they won the 4-4 team won.
Mm-hmm.
But not they were
That
that was
basically
before Barkley.
Yeah, I'm about to say I think they had won like a year or two before he had got there. Like they had basically just won not too long before he came up over there.
Uncle Kevin said, didn't they have to go get Rodman from the Pistons, meaning the Bulls? Well, yeah, actually the Spurs got Rodman for Sean Elliott.
Yeah.
And then
Then he ended up over there.
and then the Bulls
But-
are trading for Will Purdue. Keep
Now
going,
look,
Nick.
now he goes over to Phoenix, right?
Right.
Who's over there in Phoenix?
Kevin Johnson, who should be in the Hall of Fame.
Who else is over there?
Dan Marley,
Who else is over there?
Danny Ainge.
Who else?
Tom Chambers was there, right?
Yeah, and yeah.
So that was
Tom
even before he
Chambers,
got up over there, that was
Oliver
still a pretty
Miller.
good, that was still a pretty good team.
Richard Dumas.
That was still a pretty good team before he got there, and what he brought to the team made them even better.
Gerard Mustaf.
Mm-hmm. Now they go to the finals, right?
Yes,
They lose.
in 6.
So what happens a couple years later?
He gets traded to the Houston Rockets.
Wait. And what year was that?
That was 96. 96 after he had won his second gold medal with the 96 Olympics, he got traded.
So for everybody who don't remember who was on that I'm about to say the 76ers again, the Houston Rockets team, I could have swore they still had Hakeem Olajuwon, right?
Yeah, some guy named Clyde Drexler.
Clyde Drexler.
And they traded Barkley for Robert Ory and Sam Cassell.
Didn't they eventually get Scottie Pippen over there too?
Yeah, after Jordan retired for the second time, Scottie Pippen got traded over there for Roy Rogers.
Is that a Cowboy?
Not the receiver. No, that's Roy Williams.
Oh, okay.
I thought that was Rodney Rogers.
No, it wasn't Rodney Rogers. Rodney Rogers was a problem. Trust
Yeah.
me. Don't ask how I know.
So
North Carolina.
Yes, exactly.
it seems as if that Charles Barkley has always been on these super teams, but they weren't considered super because
They never won.
they never won.
And I just be clear, he don't like LeBron. And
Oh, yeah.
And Mark said it
If you don't like LeBron, just go ahead and say it.
And the great LZ Granderson, shout out, who's no longer with ESPN. Congratulations on your new endeavors. He said it when he heard it. I'm like, just be clear. Just come out and just say you don't like LeBron.
Yeah.
Well, they
I
had
mean-
issues earlier in LeBron's career, right?
Yeah.
And then
And not too long ago when he was over there at Cleveland, you remember when LeBron reminded everybody how much of a
POS.
yeah that Charles Barkley really is.
and we threw the guy out the window, and then because I remember it was during Super Bowl week. Deion was on First Take, and he said he didn't like what LeBron said. He didn't like what Charles said. And obviously, I'm saying Deion's friends with Charles, so
Yeah, of course.
but it was just like with Barkley. I also think this, and I was thinking about this today. I talked about it last week how he feels bad about how his friendship ended with Michael Jordan. I always wonder is he sometimes trying to say this stuff to pander to Jordan's ego that maybe Jordan will forgive him. Jordan don't forgive. Just to be clear, he don't forgive nothing.
You know what I really think it is though. Seriously,
What's that?
I really think that when Charles Barkley sees LeBron,
Yeah.
he probably sees what he could have done. You know, because Charles Barkley's whole thing was that he wasn't in shape. You know, he didn't take the game as serious as he needed to be. And maybe if he took the game a little bit more seriously, maybe he would have took these teams to the next level. And he probably sees what LeBron is doing, and he's like, man, you know, LeBron's over here just physically dominating everybody. You know, I used to do the same thing.
Hey, can you imagine?
Why can't I do all this? Why? How he figured out how to do it and I couldn't?
Hey, can you imagine if LeBron would have got drafted to a team that had a team like Dr. J, Moses Malone, Andrew Toney, Maurice Cheeks? Like, can you imagine you put LeBron in a team like that?
Oh
LeBron
my God!
LeBron doesn't leave that team.
Imagine LeBron was in Phoenix with Kevin Johnson, Dan Marley, and Dan Marley,
You don't have to go that
and
far.
Sabalos.
Imagine if he would have got drafted to the Denver Nuggets instead of Carmelo.
That'd been crazy. Or if he would have ended up in Detroit.
Thank you. Or ended up in Detroit or ended up in Miami. He could have he didn't go to good organizations. That's another thing people don't realize.
Or he would
you
end
can
up,
say what you want about
or he
LeBron.
end up in Houston with Akeem and Clyde.
Yeah. Yeah. Bruh.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, like come on, dude. You didn't have every opportunity in the world to win a championship and you didn't.
Wait, excuse me? Did you say LeBron with Hakeem and Clyde Drexler? I mean,
Yes, that would have been crazy. That would have been crazy.
Come on, Mark can't even complete a sentence right now.
Look, here's my thing with that. People have to remember this too. You have to put one major thing that's been against LeBron his whole career.
Can I add something else to that?
But
That means they would never have to trade Robert Ory or Sam Cassell. Or Kenny Smith probably would have never left for Detroit. Go ahead.
whew, that team would have been insane. LeBron, if you look compared to all these other superstars or GOAT-esque players,
Why did y'all just do that?
look, who did Kareem have coaching him basically his whole career?
Pat Riley.
Even before that, look in college.
John Wooden, pause.
GOATs. He has GOAT level.
He had the greatest, probably the greatest coach.
Yeah, exactly. He's had great coaching. Jordan. Look what Jordan had to deal with early on coaching. As soon as he got him a good coach, look what happened.
Dean Smith. Obviously, he had Kevin Lockery first, then Doug Collins, and then obviously Phil Jackson.
Exactly. Look at Kobe.
Doug Collins really wasn't a bad coach. It's just Phil Jackson took him over the edge.
Pretty much. That's pretty much it.
Pretty much. That's all it was.
Doug Collins said he knew in practice that how great Jordan was. I mean, he knew
it was on his way. He already knew.
But the difference is Doug Collins allowed Jordan to get all the stats. Phil Jackson allowed Jordan to win.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point.
That's the difference. I mean, level of coaching, that's what I'm saying. And look, even with look at Kobe. Shaq's had good coaches.
Yeah, Brian Hill.
Come on, man.
Bill Harris, Phil Jackson.
Magic's had
Pat
good
Riley,
coaching. Come on, man.
Pat Riley, Stan Van Gundy.
Who's the best coach LeBron's had?
Spoelstra.
And look, no knock against Spoelstra, but Spoelstra became a better coach after the Big Three era.
Pretty much, because
He became a better coach afterwards.
You know why? because he actually had to coach, and him being in his background was he was a video guy, so he knows that okay, I don't have these 3 superstars no more. I just have an aging Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh. Obviously, he still is a Hall of Famer and will be inducted next month. By the way, shout out. I need to go ahead and go back to the drawing board. How I'm going to get this team back to where we were, back to championship status.
Exactly. Now imagine if he would have had that Eric Spoelstra during the Big 3 era. And for people who always bring this up LeBron to Miami, let's just be honest. The team, great as that team was, they underachieved because Dwayne Wade was hurt. It seemed like every single year he was there.
Oh, my Uncle Kevin's wrong. He said LeBron may not have left Cleveland the first time if his mom wasn't wrestling and wanted to see me. Come on, Unc, why you doing that?
He was already up out of there. He knew his mom was out there doing that stuff.
Man, come on, Unc.
He was already on his way up out of there.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, LeBron's never had that top-notch level coach. And even look, after Eric Spoelstra, who's probably his best coach? Mike Brown?
No,
Ty Lue.
well he
Or Ty Lue. Ty Lue. Ty Lue might be the best coach he's had. Might just be.
So, yeah. So Barkley, I disagree. I mean, I get it. You just don't like LeBron, but that's you.
He right to his own opinion. He wrong about his opinion, but he has the right to his own opinion.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. So,
I mean, at least Skip Bayless admitted that.
Yeah, he really every day.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they opened up today Undisputed. I haven't watched Undisputed in months, by the way.
I haven't watched it in a while either.
And they opened up the first topic. LeBron chose Russ over Buddy Hield.
Duh.
I mean, duh. Ain't no question mark. Tonight, and Mark, you brought this up, and we talked about it a little bit in our group chat. There's a documentary that's premiering right now on Netflix as we're seeing that's Cade Cunningham.
Against Jalen Green.
The number 1 overall pick. Summer League is going on in Vegas. Obviously, that's the holy grail right now. And and Houston is playing Detroit over on ESPN. And the top 2 picks, Jalen Green and Cade Cunningham, are having a duel in the Thomas and Mack Center, the house that the house that the Shark built. Jerry Tarkanian.
Josh Christopher got game.
Yeah, he's nice. A documentary is premiering now on Netflix it's called Untold, and it's about the Malice in the Palace. For those who don't know what the Malice in the Palace was,
I don't know how.
And if you haven't, man, matter of fact, it was a video. It was one of the worst brawls in not just NBA history, but in sports history.
I don't know. A couple of them soccer free for alls been kind of crazy too, but they get brushed under the rug. I've seen some crazy fights break out in soccer. That's insane.
This was the first brawl where fans ran up in the stands and were punching people. Now this all started during a game between the Indiana Pacers and the Detroit Pistons, and it started with an altercation on the court between
Wallace.
At that time, Ron Artest, now Metta World Peace, and Ben Wallace.
It was Ben Wallace.
And Ben Wallace escalated it because he provoked Ron Artest. And they told him to go, and Artest went to go catch his breath, relax. He was laying on the scorer's table, and some white guy, out of nowhere throws a beer, and it hits Artest, and Artest loses it and just runs in the stands. Now the crazy part was,
which is justifiable. That's assault. You do a beer at me. You lucky to get punched on worse than what you did.
This is the sad part because Ron was so upset because he just wanted. He didn't know who did it. He ran past the guy who initially threw it at him, and then he ended up finding the guy, and then the assault just crazy. What's up?
No, he didn't run past him. This is what happened. He looked over, and the dude who originally threw it stepped behind the guy that was in front of him.
Right.
That's the reason why Ron Artest went after that dude. And John, you skipped a couple of things. You done missed what's his name, Jermaine O'Neal.
Oh no, I haven't gotten there yet. So when Ron, then here comes Steven Jackson into the crowd, and he gets to the guy who threw the beer on the Ron.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, Ben Wallace is a guy that we didn't even know who was. We found to find out it was Ben Wallace's brother. Mm-hmm. He goes and starts punching on Steven Jackson. Then you got a guy who ran on the court and trying to punch Jermaine O'Neal. And then Jermaine O'Neal out of nowhere comes sliding and hits the dude with a right.
which is the most craziest punch I've ever seen ever.
Then you had someone throwing beer at Jamal Tinsley. He was finna run into the crowd. Reggie Miller is basically trying to get Ron Artest out of there. He's draped in beer. Mike Brown's draped in beer. It was just the worst.
That was crazy.
I do want to say the first person who threw that beer, that was a hell of a throw.
Yeah, I have to agree with that because he was pretty far. Like when you really look at that video and see where he was at, for him to throw that beer and it perfectly landed over there where Ron Artest was, and it's crazy because Ron Artest moved away from all the altercations that was going on. He was literally sitting right there, just minding his own business.
Hey, who was the Lions quarterback at that time?
That was 04.
04. That might have been.
Was that Joey Harrington?
Yeah.
That wasn't Stafford.
I think that might have been.
It wasn't that.
Yeah. It was Joey Harrington.
That fan might have been a better option.
I have to agree, especially if it's the Detroit quarterback. They most definitely.
And Kenzie and SoCal brought up, then Ron two-piece the guy on the floor as well. And that's the crazy part. The guy who threw the beer, his name is John Greenberg, I think. Mm-hmm. Him and Ron are friends now. After Ron went to therapy, got his mind right, he somehow was like, I need to get in touch with the guy who I punched in the Malice. And somehow he got the guy's number, and he called him. Was like, can I speak to John Greenberg? He was like, yeah, who's this? This is Ron Artest.
I mean,
like, and the dude was like, get no way. It was like, and they met up.
It's understandable.
And the guy, John, he admitted he had some issues with alcohol as well. But he said he told his buddy he was a game, was like, how much you want to bet that I can nail Artest with the beer from here?
Yeah.
And that's how it happened. I remember watching it. I was working at Target at the time, and I remember watching just how it all unfolded on a break room TV. Mm-hmm. Do y'all remember where y'all were and what was y'all first reaction to just seeing it? Because it was all over SportsCenter that night, that morning, all the way until David Stern announced the suspensions.
What happened was when that happened, I think I was still in school around that time, so I was in. I think the next day.
It happened on a Friday.
Yeah, I think the next day I woke up and I was over there. I turned on I turned the nightly news. It was like 1:00 in the morning, and they were showing what had happened. And I looked. I was like, "Whoa, that was crazy." When I got back to school, that's what everybody was talking about. Y'all saw the fight. Y'all saw the fight. Y'all saw Detroit fight. Yeah, it was crazy.
Mark, what you remember about that day, man?
I don't know. I think I might have been working at an unnamed place. And I remember watching SportsCenter that night, and I was going crazy like I was part of the fight too.
I remember, and I remember watching it in the break room at the Target, and then I came home and watched it on TV. It was just crazy. I mean, and I'm listening to Mike Breen having to basically do play-by-play of a brawl. You hear Bill Walton saying they need to hurry up and end this game quickly.
Time out. Before you continue with that, funny you brought that statement up. So everybody doesn't know about this. The irony behind this entire thing was, John, how much time was left in that game?
It was like a minute or something change?
It wasn't even that.
Like 50 seconds.
It was like 40 seconds.
Right?
It was like 45 seconds.
Right. It was like under a minute, right?
It was under a minute, and Detroit was getting blown out.
Yeah. Because remember, this is the same Detroit team that just defeated the Lakers in the finals, and the Pacers was like, "Look here, y'all got lucky. We can beat y'all." Yeah. And they basically went in their house,
dogged them.
And Jermaine O'Neal and Steven Jackson and Ron Artest was just in there bullying these dudes, and then the fight broke, and then all you know what broke loose.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was and the crazy thing is that ruined that Pacers team.
Yes.
And that Pacers team was pretty good.
Ron ends up getting suspended for 73 games. Steven Jackson was suspended for like another 36 games. Jermaine O'Neal was suspended for like 20 games. Obviously, and then obviously it just ended. That team would never got a chance to compete for a championship. Ron came back. He ends up getting traded to Sacramento. Then he gets traded to Phoenix. The Houston. Then now he ends up with the Lakers. He gets a ring with the Lakers and just turns his life around. And his pretty much career is pretty much over after that because obviously he came He signed with the Knicks, and then but
I respect Ron Artest more than Meta World Peace.
right, they're two different people.
They're definitely two different people. I most definitely like Ron Artest, the player, way more than Meta World Peace.
But
And you know what's crazy? That was the beginning of the NBA turning into the quote unquote soft league.
and that's when the dress code was officially brought in, because obviously they got tired seeing. Obviously, I call the dress code the Iverson rule. They got tired.
It was the Iverson rule.
And because they got tired seeing dudes in throwbacks and baggy jeans and Timbs and
They got tired
Forces.
seeing black people dressed like black people.
Pretty much.
I mean, but they was cool with Dennis Rodman walking around with fishnets and all that other stuff.
His
nails
painted
painted
and all that. But
yeah, walking around looking crazy.
and now you look at fast forward to 2021. Look how way dudes dress. They pretty much dress more.
Russell Westbrook alone.
I mean, the way they dress now, and even now, there's no serious dress code. I mean, Anthony Davis was sitting courtside in the playoffs wearing a Kobe T-shirt and some Jordans with no jacket.
Well, street clothes.
Hey man, don't go there. So yeah, so I'm gonna watch this documentary. It started today. I haven't got a chance to watch it. Have any of you guys got a chance to watch it? Or are you gonna watch it?
I'm gonna watch it. I'm most definitely gonna watch it because I really enjoy the whole story behind that, because it's crazy, because it seems like every time, and I've watched that video probably 1 billion times, but I swear it seems like every time I see that video, I see something new. It's something crazy. Like, I don't know. It's something new I see every single time. I always go and look and laugh at the stuff that I already know about, but I always find out something new. Like, whoa! Like, look how this look what this dude was over there doing. It's always something crazy with that video. But I'm gonna definitely watch it because that was interesting. And to be honest, I'm gonna go ahead and say I think that those players it was overkill. Because in all honesty, if the fans wouldn't have initiated what went on,
Right.
there was no reason for them to go into the crowd.
By the way,
That was about to be my next question. Is playing devil's advocate? Why did the players get suspended so many games?
because they went in the crowd.
They went into the crowd.
And that started a rule where if you go into the crowd, you're automatically suspended. Remember,
Yep.
I don't know if y'all remember back in Chicago when Antonio Davis was with the Knicks, and there was a fan who was verbally heckling his wife.
And he fired on them, didn't
And no, he didn't fire. And he's hearing it, and then he's looking up, and he's like, wait a minute, that's where my wife is sitting. And he basically leaves the huddle and goes into the stands to protect his wife. I think his son was there as well, man. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, his son was a teenager, I think, at the time, but still, he went there. He's like, I'm going to protect my family.
he? Yeah.
And he got suspended, I think, 2 games. But
well.
I mean, family comes first. So, B, I'm gonna ask you this,
Listen.
and then we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna let Mark say it. I want to get B's thoughts on the whole. Well, his recollections were about the malice. Go ahead, Mark.
Listen. I understand that they went into the crowd, but my whole thing is like what Nick said is, if y'all control these fans and not let them throw stuff at these players, you don't have that going in. You don't have that going in there. So y'all gotta do a better job of this. Whether it's stop selling alcohol there or beer there, whatever else it is, y'all gotta get control of this. Because as a man, I have a right to defend myself.
B, what did you remember about the malice, man?
I think that besides some crazy some crazy death in sports, I think that was probably at the time one of the craziest things I ever seen in sports at that time. That violent wise, I mean, it was for them to run up in them stands. That was crazy. But my Jermaine O'Neal, man.
Are you gonna watch the documentary?
Yeah,
It premiered today. It premiered today on Netflix.
okay. I guess we after the show,
Yeah.
me and little bro handle that.
The thing
What?
is, boss.
Come on now.
Joe, you know, you stop it. And what I saw from the trailer, they're getting everybody's opinion, because we never have heard from Jermaine O'Neal on this topic. We never really have heard. I mean, we heard Steven Jackson when he was on the Showtime documentary about Artest talk about it. But we ain't heard from Jermaine. We never heard Jermaine O'Neal talk about it. We barely hear Reggie Miller talk about it. We're going to hear from the people who were there, who lived it. I want to hear from the Pistons. I personally want to hear from Ben Wallace.
Yeah, I do too.
Because I think had he just kept his cool, I don't think none of that would have escalated.
Yeah, because literally all that started, and to be honest, and it wasn't even that it wasn't that difficult of a foul. It wasn't even a hard foul. Nothing. It was just a foul, and you got frustrated. That's all it was. You got frustrated because you was over there getting stomped on the entire game, and you let your emotions get the best of you, and it led to a situation that, in all actuality, ruined 2 team seasons.
It really did. It really did.
2 good teams. Those teams were like playoff teams. They weren't bottom
they
feeders.
They weren't playoff teams. They were championship contenders.
Yeah, one was like you said, one was a championship contender. The other one won a championship.
Okay, so before we get to the MLB, another topic I want to. Well, okay, let's go ahead and get into MLB. 'Cause I want to get into this topic because we're talking about culture, and I brought this up and I sent this in our group chat about a day, I think yesterday. I don't know if y'all seen this story. Andrew Marchand broke the news that that MLB is in significant talks to broadcast games on Barstool Sports.
Wait.
You said what?
Major League Baseball are having talks to have some of their games broadcast on Barstool.
Why?
Because I found this out today listening on Mason and Ireland. Barstool Sports has 3 of the top 4 Major League Baseball podcasts in the country. So here's a story from Andrew Marchand in the New York Times. Major League Baseball and Barstool Sports have had significant negotiations about national midweek games on the site's platform, the Post has learned. The discussions are what Barstool founder Dave Portnoy was referring to last week when he mentioned his company has had talks with major leagues. MLB and Barstool potentially could team up to create a new type of broadcast with a focus on in-game gambling. The talks have started recently, and while they have picked up steam, an agreement is not yet certainty. One source deemed it 50-50. MLB and Barstool declined to comment. MLB, of course, they currently have national TV deals with Fox, Turner, ESPN as part of the new ESPN contract that begins next year. The network dropped regular, non-exclusive Monday and Wednesday games, leaving MLB to try to find a buyer for that inventory. Turner will move its regular season games to Tuesday from Sunday beginning next season. YouTube is a possibility of being a midweek, for midweek games. Peacock did a weekend series last month. But Barstool sticks out, because it has a connection to a younger audience MLB craves and could possibly create buzz with its alternative delivery approach. Barstool would deliver the games through its website, Instagram, and Twitter accounts, among others. So
I want to go first on that when you finish.
Okay, and I think we pretty much you got the gist of the story.
All right, so baseball really thinks that just because they let their announcers cuss, that it's going to help their ratings.
I ain't even bringing that point up. I'm just trying to figure out why y'all have a conversation with them. You can't talk to Hulu, Amazon, Netflix.
That shows you that right there.
You see, if they had games on Peacock, pause.
They're crazy.
You want to have a discussion? I'm gonna let you continue, bro. With Barstool. Have you followed their track record in the last year or 2 or 3 or 4? Google what they said about Samantha Ponder when she was of ESPN.
Oh man. Uh-oh.
Google some of those stuff, and Ben Reddy was the one who refreshed my memory on this topic. And what was the quote you said in our chat, B, when I posted this story in our Telegram chat?
Oh, even after he used the N-word?
Mm-hmm. They done said stuff about telling me to go
multiple times.
Yeah. Going back to Africa, talking about women can get drunk and blackout and all this other stuff. I know Barstool reaches a younger demographic and not a real controversial demographic. They had the deal with ESPN. It didn't last when they called Samantha Ponder an S-word. S-word that ends with a T. And obviously, you're still dealing with the whole Trevor Bauer situation. Yeah. You didn't hear about that story? Google it. Samantha Ponder, Barstool.
I'm trying to think of the word.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, hold on. Let me see. Maybe overthinking.
Okay. It's an S word that rhymes.
I thought he called it a forbidden S word.
Hold on.
Well,
give me a second.
It's an S word that's derogatory to women.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
I forgot about that word.
Yeah, but
Okay.
Google the story, you'll find it.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
But that is why they.
text me the word, Nick.
It's another word for a garden tool.
Yeah, that. So, yeah, so basically, I just don't get why they even. Now, maybe they're doing this to see, okay, let me see what the reaction would be in the media if we have some negotiations with this controversial broadcast. But let's be 100. You're not doing no broadcast with Barstool.
Man, look, Barstool is something. Yeah, exactly. Barstool is something that I see like these young like college dudes or something. You know, they go up over there and of course it's the good old boys club. Mm-hmm. They all get together and they listen to Barstool. Me personally, I've heard some stuff from Barstool. They're not that good, but I kind of understand where they're trying to go, but I think their execution is terrible.
Yeah, how about not picking somebody who casually use the N-word?
Or how about who is derogatory to women?
Yeah, that alone is ridiculous because that's just I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That shows you where MLB where they are up here. They're ridiculous.
And I don't get it. Rob Manfred, I swear.
You got something against him. It seems like every couple of months.
We criticize Roger Goodell as a commissioner.
Roger Goodell never do nothing this stupid.
But dang, you made Roger Goodell look like Albert Einstein. Is that what you got, B? You got something?
No.
I
was watching this. It said Dave. What's his name? The guy.
Dave Portnoy, the president of Barstool.
This is from a year ago. It said he's specifically hiring black people over white people for Barstool Sports.
I haven't seen one black person on Barstool.
Man, I'll leave it like this. The darkest person I've seen up over there, I'm pretty sure they weren't one of us. That's all I gotta say. That's the good old boys club. Now, there's one thing I can say. ESPN for sure will never go that route. But if ESPN were to have like a division,
They tried.
They tried to do that, like with Barstool.
They did. That's why That's why it ended quickly after the whole Samantha Ponder controversy.
Oh my God!
They did try to start a partnership with Barstool. It probably didn't last no more than a week.
They shouldn't have did the partnership. They should have did like their own version of it. Because I think
nothing with Barstool.
Yeah, I agree. But they can most definitely their formula can be used and by the right people and it can work.
Right.
But they most definitely have the wrong people doing it.
Another thing I want to talk about with baseball. Thursday. Now, last year they were going to do this, but obviously with the pandemic they couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
The pandemic they weren't able to.
Mm.
They're having Thursday this Field of Dreams game. It's based on the movie, Kevin Costner, James Earl Jones.
It's a great movie.
And they're going to have a baseball game between the Yankees and the White Sox in the classic uniforms at the field where they filmed Field of Dreams in Iowa. So I found this tweet from Bob Nightingale from USA Today. Tickets for the Field of Dream games on Thursday with the Yankees and White Sox are the most expensive regular season tickets on record per TickPick.com. The average purchase price is $1,413. The get-in price is $1,316 and goes as high as $3,972.
And this is for what now?
The Field of Dreams game between the Yankees and the White Sox in Iowa, where the place where they actually filmed Field of Dreams.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it on TV.
It'll be on. Yeah, it'll be on Fox on Thursday.
This Thursday?
This Thursday. It's this Thursday.
Oh.
I'll be checking it out. But but that's
them two trash logos.
Well, yeah. Well, bleep the Yankees.
Yeah. Nobody.
Let's get into a little NFL, gentlemen. Okay, real quick. One more MLB topic before quick. My Dodgers, we played the Astros. I want to say this. Obviously, we split the series. We had Max Scherzer on the hill in the second game. Pitching lights out.
Were they watching y'all pitching again?
Nah. But, man, I want to say this to Dodger fans. Look, just cheer. Y'all cheered, but we can't do the fighting. We can't do the violence. Although I saw that there were people who were throwing, we can't fight, man. Don't fight.
You just told the Dodger fan base not to fight. That's like telling the Raider fan base not to fight. It's going to happen.
I know.
It's going to happen.
I know. I was trying to be politically
You
correct.
look at this point right now.
I was trying to
You're
be
better
politically
off wearing an Angel jersey to a Dodger game before you wear an Astros jersey.
Yeah, pretty much. Because there were scenes where they threw trash cans onto the field. Their home runs were thrown back out from the pavilion.
Oh my God!
You had fans yelling "F Altuve" every time he came up to the plate.
That's funny.
They played "I Saw the Sign" over the PA system, the No Doubt song.
Listen, all I have to say is this: this is for every city outside of Southern California.
And by the way, I'm gonna bring this topic back up during calling out names.
Yeah, if you make an enemy of Los Angeles most definitely will let it be known that you are our enemy, because that right there is absolutely hilarious and ridiculous. But in all seriousness though, like the fighting and all that, that's just ridiculous. It's not that serious. I remember my dad told me back in the day when the Raiders was out here with it was a Raiders and a Rams game he had went to, and one of his buddies had went to the bathroom and they hadn't seen him for like 10, 15 minutes.
Oh boy!
End up finding out that he got jumped in there by some Raiders fans because he had a Rams sweater on.
Oh man!
And he had to be taken to the hospital. So yeah, like all that, it's ridiculous. At the end of the day, this is entertainment. They're just teams or whatever. It's not that serious. I understand that we all love debate, the competition of sports and everything. There's a lot of passion involved, but when it started leading to like stuff like this, you gotta really sit there and be like, whoa, it's not that serious.
Hey, John, let me ask you a question.
What's up, bro?
Is it better to wear a Giants jersey at a Dodgers game or an Astros jersey?
Oh my Lord!
Whew, I think you might.
I can't even answer that question because I obviously with the history with that history I can't even answer that question.
I still think you better off wearing the Astros jersey.
Probably. I mean, probably. I mean,
you better off wearing that Astros jersey because you may not make it up out of there with that Frisco jersey.
Kenzie thinks that the MLB thing with Barstool could be a leverage play. Well, I hope
For
it
who?
is. For them to try to see for whoever they're talking to.
Man, look, whoever they talking to, I guarantee you they're a bigger entity than Barstool. They could buy Barstool if they wanted to. Barstool is I don't know. I'm not really fond of
Let's
Barstool
talk
too
football.
much.
Let's go and talk football, gentlemen. All right, let's talk some football. Okay. And obviously, this was when I posted about tonight's show. I got a DM from our boy Kenzie, and he asked, "Man, y'all not gonna talk about Josh Allen?" Well, yeah, we're gonna talk about Josh Allen right now. So Friday, Mark's Bills signed their quarterback Josh Allen to a 6-year, $258 million extension with $150 guaranteed, most guaranteed for, and average of $43.5 million a season. Mark,
I'm glad y'all can't see me.
Mark, come on, man. I mean, come on, man. They need to see a reaction. I'm gonna read this before Mark gives a reaction. Kenzie said, "Raider and Niner games are the worst." When it comes to that, I was 15 when I went to a game and saw a guy get jumped and peed on, and it scared me from going to a Niners or Raiders stadium. Wow,
Wait, he got peed on,
dude. He watched a dude get jumped and someone pissed on him. That's crazy.
Oh man, he got the Drake treatment. Go ahead.
Oh, dare you? Did you really have to say that, man?
What?
All right, Mark. So you signed Josh Allen.
Yeah.
How you feel?
I think it's too soon. That's all.
Why?
I'm not. Why? Because he had one really good year. I don't know if that one really good year is worth $258 million.
I think. See, the thing about these contracts after the rookie deals is it's a combination of two things. It's a combination of what you've done already. It's not any contract in sports in general, but mainly in rookie contracts is what you've done already and what the potential of what you can do.
The projection.
Josh Allen, the projection, because Josh Allen has gotten better every single year he's been in the league. You know, he's only been in the league. It's about to be his 4th year.
Right.
But in year 3, he put up, MVP like numbers. And his passing has improved every single year. He's still athletic quarterback. He can still run. He's actually more athletic than people give him credit for. But but they really think they have. The Bills think they got their guy, and there's nothing wrong with that.
I do believe that Josh Allen will be the quarterback for the Bills. Like I said, I'm not saying he shouldn't have got this eventually, but I think that I would have waited till next year at least.
Why they gave him that contract now? I think there's supposed to be like a big jump in the salary cap next year, if I remember right. I could be wrong.
Because the COVID didn't really help the salary cap this year.
Yeah, so there's gonna be a big jump in salary cap next year, and let's say, for example, he puts up an even better year. I know you hope he puts up a better year than he did last year, but from the Bills' perspective, as far as like money wise, if he puts up even a similar or a better type of year, so you may have back-to-back seasons where he throws for over he threw 4,500 last year, didn't he?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was second MVP voting.
So look, you get 2. Let's say he gets another year like that. He gets he's in the top 3 in MVP votes, and he throws 4,500 yards back to back, 35 plus touchdowns both years. I think he's over 40. So imagine he gets that back to back, and now it's contract negotiation time. The Bills are getting knocked upside their head with this with that money.
Mark, this is a question from you from Kinsey. He says, "Is Josh overpaid? I don't know if he can do what he did last season again."
I don't think he's overpaid because I think he is going to be worth it. I just think, like I said, man, sometimes these players, when they get this money, you start seeing the play start to go down. You know what I'm saying? So
I agree.
I would rather him have those 2 years and pay that money because let's just say, Nick, like you said, the way he's projecting is he's getting better every year. So after next year and then the following year, what's stopping him from holding out and asking for more money?
That's true.
Good point.
That's what I'm saying. So I mean, at some point we're going to have to pay him anyway. I do think he's going to be worth it if I'm just going off the projection. I'm not going to talk bad about anything he does because he had a really good year. So we're going to keep it on everything positive. But he's going to deserve that money. I just think it's too soon.
Speaking of money, too soon. There's 2 other quarterbacks from that class who was trying to get paid as well.
Who's that?
One is Baker Mayfield.
This dude is overrated.
And the other is Lamar Jackson. And Lamar Jackson's
an idiot.
Who we know right now is back on the field after, he had his second bout with COVID. He spoke about, and obviously him and Kirk Cousins.
How the hell you catch COVID twice?
Spoke, and they asked about, the vaccine, and Lamar, did the PC thing. I need to talk to my team, talk to my family, blah, blah, blah. Look here, I'm going to say it again like I said last week. I'm not finna just be preachy and say, go get vaccinated. It's your prerogative. But I'm going to tell you this, if you're Lamar Jackson, if you go on that COVID protocol list one more time.
You forking up a lot of money, player.
You're trying to get a $200 million contract. You really need to you better make sure you follow every specific protocol. That means no hanging out with the fellas in any events where you can't wear a mask or follow the protocols. That means those times you hanging out with the kids on the playground,
wear your mask.
You better just follow the rules, because I guarantee you, Steve Bisciotti and this team does not want to go with Trace McSorley for 6 weeks.
Who the hell is that?
The quarterback from Penn State, who's his backup, because RG3 is signed with ESPN, by the way. So he's not the backup. Kinsey asks, I wonder why teams don't do the 2+1 in the NFL because eventually these guys won't likely live up to their full contract. Well, that's why contracts are fully guaranteed. Also,
Yeah, two plus one is a luxury that the NFL players don't get because let's just be honest, NFL players their career isn't as like smooth and guaranteed as as an NBA player. You know, NBA players they got 82 games. You know, there could be some games where you could take off and you may not. Let's say for example, you playing a weak team, you might be able to like, all right, I can go ahead and go easy this game so I can just get my little rest in. There's no taking no games off in the NFL. You take a game off in the NFL, you don't get smacked around. Just that simple.
so
No matter what team it is, you could be undefeated and go against a team that ain't won yet, and if you sleep on that team, they're gonna beat you.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that. That's the way the NFL works. You got to play every team 100% every single week, or else you gonna get caught. You don't want to get caught slipping. That's the last thing you want to do. And that's probably the reason why a lot of these contracts aren't guaranteed because I mean it's a high contact sport, and it's another reason why. There's other reasons why it's not, but that's probably one of the reasons I'm gonna talk about.
okay. So and then speaking of and Lamar Jackson wants to be a Hall of Famer. This past weekend we had the Pro Football Hall of Fame inductions. 2020 class went in on Saturday. 2021 class went in on Sunday with 3 first ballots in Peyton Manning, Calvin Johnson, Charles Woodson. We saw Jimmy Johnson finally get in the Hall of Fame. Drew Pearson, Troy Polamalu was a first ballot Hall of Famer.
As he should.
He was the only first ballot Hall of Famer from the 2020 class. My guy, Steve Atwater, finally got in the Hall of Fame after 16 years of eligibility. John Lynch finally got in. But that brings us to next year's class. And we have some notable names who are going to be first-year eligible. I'm going to rapid fire these names. Drop that NFL Films one more time, Ben Ready. And then I just wanted y'all to give me a quick yes or no. And then when I'm done with this list, you tell me who you guys think will be first ballot on this list of the guys who y'all say yes to. All right. Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
Tony Romo. Yes or no?
I don't. You know something? I think Tony will go to the Hall of Fame.
Mark?
I don't think this year though.
Mark.
Romo going.
Steve Smith.
Yes.
He's going.
This one no-brainer. Andre Johnson.
Oh yeah, he's definitely going.
He's going.
Robert Mathis.
I think he may fall off. He might have to wait. He might have to wait a year. He was very good though.
Wait,
Is he a Hall of Famer?
Oh yeah, Hall of Famer. Yes.
Okay, so Mark, what you think about Robert Mathis? He a Hall of Famer? Yes or no? Just is he a Hall of Famer?
No.
Okay. Anquan Bolden.
No.
No.
If you got to think about it, that means he's not. So
That's the rule. That's the golden
rule.
rule.
I'll take that yes back for the last one before too with Robert Mathis. I had to think about it, so that's a no.
DeMarcus Ware.
Yes, no doubt, no doubt.
Vince Wilfork.
Yes,
he gets in.
I think he is so underrated.
Vince Wilfork, man, he was so pivotal for the Patriots for years.
Chad Greenway.
Yes, he's pretty good.
Mario Williams.
Hell no.
And last, Devin Hester.
He said Mario Williams. Devin Hester, hell no, too.
Whoa, hold on. You said no to Devin Hester?
What are you going in there for?
He's special teamer.
He's the best special teams player in history.
All right, that's cool.
You don't think Devin Hester's a Hall of Famer?
I don't think you being the best special teams player of all time is enough for you to go to the Hall of Fame.
He broke Deion's record for touchdowns.
But Deion can also cover.
He's going in.
He is a Hall of Famer, bro.
He's going to be a special teamer.
Man, that is ridiculous.
Okay, so among this list, who's first ballot?
Nobody.
Who's first ballot? Nobody?
Andre Johnson's the first ballot.
I said personally DeMarcus
and
Ware.
DeMarcus Ware. DeMarcus Ware for
you
sure.
You don't think DeMarcus Ware's not first ballot?
No, I don't think he'll get first ballot.
How?
He was top 10 in sacks. Pause.
Oh, Lord.
Well, actually, crazy. The crazy stat to just throw out.
Hey, man, that was just a stat, man.
crazy stat just to throw out. That's crazy.
Look, let me tell you something. DeMarcus Ware, throughout his career, was consistently a top 5 pass rusher in the league.
Yes.
In certain years, he was top 3. And he was very pivotal for the Cowboys. He was extremely pivotal for the Broncos.
You ain't got to tell me twice.
Yeah, he got the haul,
Ask
and
my-
he got over 100 and some
Yeah,
change.
no,
He
no,
going.
I think he going. I just don't think I don't think none of these players gonna be first ballot.
Okay, so we need to look. So we'll see that when the list gets down to the final 15, we'll revisit it and who's going to be basically when we get to the semifinalists, then we'll revisit it from those because that's what we know who are the holdovers that didn't get inducted from last year. Kinsey asks Mario Williams as the first pick over Reggie Bush. Hey,
Look, let me tell you something. No matter who you picked in that draft, you're gonna take a L regardless. Those top 10 picks were not that good.
Mario Williams, Reggie.
Who's Mario Williams?
The defensive the defensive lineman that got from the Texans.
The dude that y'all overpaid.
The dude y'all paid gave $100 million to for 7 years.
Who's Mario Williams?
Okay,
exactly.
Yeah, exactly. That
he did absolutely nothing for Buffalo.
That dude robbed y'all, Mark. He
was robbing the Texans too.
Yeah, he did.
How in the hell is he eligible for the Hall? Get up out of here.
Because all you need the rule to be eligible for the Hall of Fame is
retire.
You have to not play. You have not played a football game in the last 5 years.
He was never that good.
That don't mean he's going to get
crazy.
But that don't mean he gets in. He's automatically qualified because he hasn't played football in 5 years.
He shouldn't be qualified. That's crazy. You might as well qualify Reggie Bush.
Is Ricky Williams in the Hall of Fame?
No, he's not in the Hall of Fame.
And Ricky Williams for sure did more damage in the NFL than Mario Williams did. I know it's opposite sides of the football, but still.
Among those who's
Mario Williams?
He's saying that. By May. Okay, so among the holdovers from last year, Richard Seymour, Tony Baselli, Torrey Holt.
Richard Seymour should be in the Hall of Fame. I can't believe he's not in the Hall yet.
Rondé Barber, Willie McGinnis. I'm just naming some names. I'm just just thinking about. I don't know who were the final 15 finalists, but those were some of the guys. Remember, we Richard Seymour, Tony Baselli, obviously Torrey Holt. I think Willie McGinnis, Rodney Harrison is Hall of Fame eligible.
Torrey Holt's on fault. I'm calling out names too.
Oh, okay. All right, we'll definitely get into it.
I'm glad you reminded me.
Let's go ahead and get into our two-a-days, gentlemen. So, congratulations to all those who got their gold jackets over the weekend. Y'all ready to get into some two-a-days?
Y'all seen Edgerrin James' car?
Y'all seen Edgerrin James' speech?
Nah.
His speech. I recommend everyone go listen to Edgerrin James' Hall of Fame speech over the weekend. It was epic.
Edgerrin James was an underrated player too.
By the way, all the triplets are now in for the Colts. I mean, and Reggie Wayne's going to get in too. He didn't get in last year either.
What about Dallas Clark?
I don't think he's a Hall of Famer.
Neither.
Jeff Saturday's a Hall of Famer. After the three, Peyton, Edge, Marvin Harrison,
it's Reggie Wayne,
Jeff Saturday, and then Dwight Freeney and Robert Mathis. That's pretty much it from them Colts teams.
Yeah, this for sure not gonna be Bob Sanders.
No, would have been if he was healthy.
Bob Sanders was good though.
Yeah, he was great. Man, he was healthy.
Yeah, whenever that was.
Let's go ahead and talk about the AFC and the NFC South. All right, man. So let's start
not the South.
Let's start off with the AFC South. Let's start off with the bottom feeders of that division, the Houston Texans. They still have the Deshaun Watson situation as that's still out there. By the way, Deshaun Watson is not even going to travel with the team this weekend when they play their preseason game in Green Bay. He's going to be he's basically practicing with the practice squad, and Tyrod Taylor's been basically taking all the reps with the ones.
Who?
Tyrod Taylor. And if you go into this chat, getting Mark started with some Tyrod slander. Kenzie, why would you ask this question, man?
What question,
bro? First overall pick, Mario Williams or Albert Haynesworth? Who y'all taking?
Albert Haynesworth.
I'm taking Tennessee Albert Haynesworth.
I'm about to say Albert Haynesworth was a monster.
By the way, I'm not taking Titans Albert. I'm taking University of Tennessee Albert Haynesworth.
No, the Titans Albert Haynesworth was cool too.
I know that's why
it was Washington.
Because
Albert Haynesworth that was the problem.
Yeah, that's why he ended up. That was the reason why he was that good, because Washington gave him that money off of what he did with the Titans.
Yeah, Mister. I don't want to play nose guard.
And who was the first person you said?
Mario Williams.
Oh,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was not a question I really want to talk about. So back to the Texans. Tyrod Taylor's their quarterback. They signed Mark Ingram. They signed Phillip Lindsay. Brandon Cooks is there. They draft Davis Mills in the 3rd round with their first pick in the draft period because their first and second rounders then went to the Miami Dolphins from the Laramie Tunsil trade. Deshaun Watson still wants out. We don't even know if he's going to play this year because he has 20 lawsuits. It's just that team is a mess. They hired Nick Caserio. I'm not Nick Caserio. Nick Caserio. I'm thinking the coach from the Eagles, Nick Sirianni. Nick Caserio, when they were supposed to hire Louis Riddick, and obviously they're a mess. This team is a total disaster. I'm sorry.
I blame Bill O'Brien.
And now they bring in 65-year-old rookie head coach David Culley.
You talking about the guy who was the passing coach for the Ravens?
The worst passing team in the league last year, right?
The guy who
that guy.
The guy who had an MVP quarterback who can't throw the ball outside of the hash marks.
Yeah, that guy.
He's the MVP running back.
Yeah, the running back just having to throw passes.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's him.
Yeah.
So we all know this team is going to be on their way to the first pick in the draft because they are going to be flat out garbage. Yes, they're garbage. I'm sorry, they're garbage. And by the way, let's talk on the Deshaun Watson stuff. We go ahead. What?
So you said they on the way to the number 1 overall pick, right?
Yeah.
How they gonna have it?
They'll have their pick next year.
They have their pick next year.
They'll have their
I
pick
thought
next
they don't
year.
have a pick next year because of the trade.
No, they'll have their pick next year. I think they're done paying off the Miami Dolphins. Now if they trade this, they'll have their pick next year.
Bruh, that's ridiculous.
Tyrod gonna lead them to 12 wins.
He gonna leave them to what?
12 wins.
They ain't got J.J. Watt no more.
Hey, they don't even have Jay. They
Look,
don't even have.
they ain't got Kyle Williams and Marcel Darius up over there with Jerry Hughes
Man.
and Shaq Lawson,
Get them dudes out here.
Matt Milano and what was old boy name? The other linebacker y'all had before during that time. Who was y'all middle linebacker around that time? Well, did y'all already draft Edmonds?
Yeah, they did draft him. They did
He
draft
was-
him.
Edmonds wasn't there when Tyrod had went.
When he went to the playoffs.
Yeah, he was there.
No, he got drafted the same year as Josh Allen did.
That's a hell of a draft.
Yeah, because the pick they used to get Edmonds was the Edmonds pick was from the Mahomes trade.
Wait a second.
Yeah,
Remember Buffalo traded. Remember Kansas City traded all the way up with Buffalo.
Time. So what I'm hearing is there is a what if situation that the Buffalo Bills could have had Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Continue. Bruh.
Yeah. They could have Patrick Mahomes or Deshaun Watson
They got Tremaine Edmonds.
and Trey White.
Trey White is nice.
They traded down and got Trey White. So
That's,
it was.
okay, that's cool. That's cool with it.
But let's move on to another team in the AFC South.
If we didn't have Trey White, we'd only had Levi Wallace, who's the defensive version of Tyrod Taylor.
Oh God, Mark, did you just say Tyrod is leading in the 12 wins? Your hat must be on too tight, bro.
Excuse me?
Pause. Okay, so
They must not know my sarcasm.
Yeah, because you for sure was trying to laugh throughout that whole process. 'Cause, yeah, that was crazy. That's why I'm like, y'all still got Stephon Gilmore?
Tyrod not going to win.
Y'all didn't have
games
Gilmore during
next
that time. I'm tripping. Y'all didn't have Gilmore during that time. But yeah, that defense was pretty good.
okay, let's go over to the tech.
Who's next?
The Jacksonville Jaguars, the team that had the number. They were the worst team in the AFC South last year.
You think the Jacksonville Jaguars will do better than the Texans?
Yes,
No way in hell.
Yes. Here's the situation with obviously they have the first pick. They draft Trevor Lawrence. They take Travis Etienne with another pick in another pick. What they got with the Rams pick, they got in the Jalen Ramsey trade. Obviously now Urban Meyer's a new head coach.
That don't mean nothing.
Now the question is, can Trevor Lawrence get this team back to some of their glory days from the Brunell years, Keenan McCardell, Jimmy Smith, Natron Means, Mojo, Mercedes Lewis, those type of teams. But What are our expectations for Urban Meyer in his first year in the NFL?
I expect him to do trash.
Urban Meyer trash.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really like the way Urban Meyer gets down as a coach. You know, even though I wish, you know, we always said, you heard me say it before, I think USC should hire him. Only reason why I thought USC should hire him because I think his cheating would have helped us. So that's the only reason why I said it. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's the only reason why I said it, because I don't think the way he coaches is not going to help your team in the long. You may get some quick success, but after that, it's pretty much over. And even then, he doesn't. You know, he's not reliable.
Oh,
at
yeah, I
all.
forgot one thing.
What's that?
They have Tim Tebow as a tight end. Pause.
You talking about the guy that Skip Bayless said blocks better than Shannon Sharp?
Yeah, that's totally disrespectful.
Shannon Sharp should have fired on him when he said that.
And I'm gonna bring back the Jaguars later when we talk about the NFC South, because there could be a possible trade out there. We'll talk when we bring up the NFC. We'll talk. We're gonna bring back the Jaguars.
Okay.
The next team in the AFC South is the Indianapolis Colts, and now obviously
They're going to finish last.
wow.
They're going to finish last because
I don't think so.
I don't think they're going to win that many games without Carson Wentz. Who's going to be their quarterback?
I think Carson Wentz will be. I think when I was reading, there's a good chance Carson Wentz might be back week 1. At worst, I think the worst case scenario, best case scenario they're hoping is he's back by week 4 or 5.
I don't think they win a single game without Carson Wentz as their quarterback. And I'm not saying that Carson Wentz is a great quarterback either, because we already know how I feel about Carson Wentz.
So here's the thing with them. I look at the situation is, okay, Carson Wentz is there. They brought back T.Y. They have DeForest Buckner. They drafted the kid from Michigan, Kwity Paye.
Oh yeah, and they just paid Darius
Darius
Leonard.
Leonard.
Darius Leonard is a man. He's very good.
2nd round pick. By the way, no schools in FCC recruited him. He's from South Carolina.
He might be the 2nd or 3rd best linebacker in the league.
He's the highest paid one. We know that much now. And then obviously they traded for Carson Wentz. He's now on the shelf. Quentin Nelson, their all-pro left guard, is on the shelf.
That's going to hurt.
That
a lot.
actually, to me, is going to hurt more than them losing Carson Wentz.
Yeah, because don't get me wrong. We all know the quarterback position is the most pivotal position on the field. But when you lose an offensive lineman that's at the caliber that Quentin Nelson is, all pro, possibly he keeps playing the way he's playing, a future Hall of Famer type of guard, just like how Zach Martin is. When you lose those type of guys on your offensive line, there's no replacing them. No. You can bring a quarterback in to be a game manager until your main quarterback comes in just to win games. I mean, we've seen teams win Super Bowls with game managing quarterbacks. But when your best offensive lineman is gone, that there's low key no replacing that.
Mark, what you think about the coach, bro?
I still think that they're gonna be a better team than the Texans and Jacksonville. I still think they're a better team than both of them. Their defense is really good.
Oh yeah,
I keep forgetting that. Yeah, their defense is pretty good. So they'll finish probably number 2.
They was
off the defense alone.
Because I'm about to say, you remember they was top 10 offense and defense last year.
I think they were. No, they weren't. They were like a top 5 defense last year. Yeah, they was top 5. They was top 5 defense last year.
Yeah.
To the Bills in the wild card, just didn't make it. And the question I said
that was a good game too.
It was. Isn't Phillip coming back? We don't know that. As of right now, it sounds like Phillip Rivers is retired. He's coaching his son's high school football team.
Working on kid number 15.
And probably, who knows. And we'll see from there. But I don't see him coming back no time soon. Or coming out or ending his retirement. That leads to the reigning AFC South champions in the Tennessee Titans. Obviously, another year of Ryan Tannehill's quarterback. They lose their offensive coordinator, Arthur Smith, who becomes the head coach of a team we're going to talk about in a little bit, in the Atlanta Falcons. They trade for Julio Jones.
I cannot stand Ryan Tannehill.
They lose Jonnu Smith in free agency to the Patriots. They're getting Taylor Lewan back.
He's a very good left tackle. He's one of those left tackles where if you got a team like the way their offensive line is set up, he's the perfect left tackle for their team, because he's a very mean player, and he's not I think he's a dirty player, but for offensive lineman, that's dope.
So I'm looking at, okay, obviously everything's going to. You think everything's supposed to revolve around the quarterback? Everything's going to revolve around Derrick Henry. And,
Oh, of course.
And can Ryan Tannehill establish a chemistry with Julio Jones?
I think it's more so if the it's going to be revolving around most definitely Derrick Henry. But I think for the Titans, in order for them to be good, their defense has to be better.
Oh, definitely.
If their defense is the way it is last year, they're not going to get away with that again. Like, there's no way in the world they're going to get away with their defense being that bad for 2 straight years. They got to figure out something, especially considering that their head coach is a defensive player.
Mark, what's up with the Titans?
I think they'll win a division again. I'm with Nick. Their defense got to get better. If they want to make some real noise in the playoffs, their defense have to get better. Offensively,
Facts.
I think they can play. I think they can play with anybody because they have the best running back, and they have a really good receiving duel. But you need your defense to at least hold teams down a little bit.
Play action going to be crazy with Tennessee.
It really is.
That's going to be insane.
Let's move over to the NFC South. Obviously, the worst team in the NFC South last year was the Falcons. They have a new head coach in Arthur Smith, who was the OC for the Titans last year.
If the worst team in the division is the Falcons,
They were last year.
that's a rough division.
And obviously, they draft Kyle Pitts with the 4th pick.
Did y'all see him in practice?
Yeah, he's a problem.
Oh my God, this dude he might be top 5 in the league already.
He's definitely gonna be top 5. He's gonna be definitely a top 5 fantasy tight end. We'll talk about that in a minute. Pause.
What?
Top fantasy football, Mark. Chill.
I know one thing though. You know, I was cool with my boy Darren Waller being number 3, but man, look, he makes up number 4 this year because Kyle Pitts ain't no joke.
And so Matt Ryan. The question: Matt Ryan's probably near the end of the road, but obviously they don't have a successor yet, and I don't know who to run. How to have a running game. There's no Julio now. Calvin Ridley's gonna be the number 1 receiver.
No, he's not.
I mean, who's gonna be the number 1 receiver then?
Kyle Pitts.
That is a good point. It probably will be.
It's
Kyle
gonna be
Pitts.
Kyle Pitts.
But Arthur Smith, he's a first-time head coach. Obviously, we know his offense was run-centric in Tennessee. I don't see that bell cow running back with the Falcons. So I'm wondering.
He's an offensive coach.
He's offensive coordinator. He was offensive coordinator. I'm wondering what is going to be his philosophy with the Falcons.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't really trust offensive coordinators who become head coaches who are like run first type of coordinators because not every team can run the ball. And you know, if a big part of your success is running the ball, not every team can run the ball. Like there's most definitely a lot of teams that pass the ball way better than running the ball. I think an offensive coordinator who's creative in the passing game is way more valuable than a guy who's successful in the running game. That's just me, and I'm a defensive player.
Mark, what's going to happen with the Falcons this year? I mean, can they? I mean, are they really finna hit the restart, or do they got one more run with Matty Ice?
No, they
Did
don't.
Gurley be picked? No, Gurley's still a free agent.
No, Atlanta's done. It's gonna be fun to watch them with Kyle Pitts, but last in division again.
Let's move. Let's move on to the next team because this team could also be last in that division. That's the Carolina Panthers.
That's the team that's going to be last.
They trade for Sam Darnold. They draft J.C. Horn with their first round pick. Matt Rule's in his second year as a head coach. Obviously, they hopefully they get a healthy Christian McCaffrey back this year.
That will help a lot.
And obviously I don't know what to expect from them. I think obviously they didn't draft a quarterback, which maybe shocked a lot of people. I think they're also a team to look out for in the Deshaun Watson sweepstakes if he ever becomes available.
I don't think they make another trade. I think they're cool with.
But I think it's probably going to be Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
But now they need to put the team around Sam Darnold if he's going to be the guy. And Sam Darnold's going to just come in there and play. You got another. You're out of the infestation of the New York Jets.
And he actually has a lot of help over there too, considering that they got Robbie Anderson over there, who was his number one target.
Robbie Anderson, right?
Yeah,
that's a good point. He's there.
Yeah, he was his number one target over there with the Jets.
Who Matt Rule coached at Temple, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, they still have Devin Funchess over there. No, he's gone.
No,
huh?
he's gone.
So they still have what's his name?
Greg Olsen retired.
I know Greg Olsen's gone. What's the other receiver? DJ Moore. He's still there.
Yes.
Okay, still got DJ Moore. Got Robbie Anderson over there. McCaffrey. They worked on the offensive line. I know Luke Kuechly retired, which is a huge loss for them.
That was a huge loss.
Yeah, there's no replacing that. That's ridiculous.
He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, oh yeah, most definitely. Unless they draft another Hall of Fame linebacker, that's a loss for them. The pass rush, it's 50-50. It has its moments. They have a good secondary over there.
Obviously, they drafted J.C. Horn, Horn,
Yeah,
the son of Joe Horn.
To add with what's his name? His name is it Dante Jackson? Is Jackson and is what's his name over there too? Broadberry, he's still there?
James, no, he's with the Giants.
He's with the Giants now. Yeah,
and then they got the kid Jeremy Chin, who they took in the 3rd round last year.
Mm-hmm.
He was a candidate for Defensive Rookie of the Year. We all know with the Trace Young. What you think, Mark, about the Panthers, man?
Hello,
Mark.
You there?
All right, go ahead.
There we go.
Talk.
I think the Panthers gonna be a solid team. I think the same thing. They're gonna finish 3rd in that division. But the offense is gonna be all right. Hopefully, Sam Darnold can show that he's actually a decent quarterback in the NFL. While he was with Carolina, now he got out that Jets green.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about another team who's also gonna be having a new quarterback taking snaps this year, and that is. And it was shout out to my guy Ulysses in the building. We're about to talk about your New Orleans Saints. Okay, the New Orleans Saints. Drew Brees is retired.
They're done.
Jameis Winston. It's either going to be Jameis Winston or Taysom Hill.
It's going to be Jameis Winston.
Yeah,
better be Jameis Winston.
I mean,
if they're smart, they're going with Jameis Winston. There's no way.
Jameis, learn how to run between the he can. He had a hard pause. He had a hard time running between the tackling dummies. Yeah, that ain't go well. So they still have Alvin Kamara, who's probably one of the best running backs in football. Pause.
Let me be honest with you. This is what I would do if I was the Saints. First thing I would do is I would trade away crybaby Michael Thomas,
and that's exactly where I want to start, man.
Trade away because this dude that alone, the surgery thing is the same thing that Shaq did. I didn't agree with it when Shaq did it. I don't agree with it right now. It's ridiculous. Go ahead, John.
Michael Thomas in 2019, he signed an endorsement deal with Jordan Brand. Am I correct?
Yep.
Yes.
He signed a $100 million contract. Am I correct?
Yep.
Yes.
He was named Offensive Player of the Year. Am I correct?
Yep.
Yes.
He got injured week 1 of the 2020 season. Am I correct?
Yep.
He got in a fight with a teammate and was suspended last year. Am I correct?
Yep.
Their Saints season ended in January when they lost to the eventual Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Am I correct?
Yep.
Why does it take you 5 months to have surgery?
Because he does not. You know what it is? I think he sat in the mirror this offseason and remembered that all this trash talk that you've been doing over the years, you were doing that with Drew Brees as your quarterback.
Now you got Jameis, homeboy.
Now you got Jameis Winston and Taysom Hill, and you really don't know if you're going to be can't guard Mike this year, which you're not.
I know. I know. We make jokes with Jameis Winston, but we also got to realize that the year he went 30 for 30. He also threw 5,000 yards. So
yeah,
he can get the job done. He's got to get the turnovers down, man.
Yeah, if he can at least cut the turnovers in half, that'll be perfect. Because a lot of those turnovers turn into points.
Yep. If you can go from like you said, if you can go 30, not even half. If you go from 30 interceptions, let's say to 20 interceptions, that's 10 more possessions that you give in your team. You never know what can happen with that.
Yeah, Eli went to a Super Bowl with 20 interceptions. Go ahead.
So now on to this Michael Thomas situation.
Overrated.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, the guy who some people said was the best receiver in football, and
Never.
No, you're not. DeAndre Hopkins said, no, you're not. You're not the best receiver in football, fam. I'm sorry. So there's CBS Sports put out a list of trade possible landing spots for Michael Thomas. And I know I got a Saints fan in here. My guy Ulysses in here, and they ranked them. These were the top trading landing spots for Michael Thomas. At number 7, they have the Philadelphia Eagles.
No way in hell. Go ahead.
Number 6, the Jets.
Okay, I guess.
Put him there with Zach Wilson. Shout out to the Stifler's mom.
I wouldn't. That's funny.
The Chiefs.
Man, please.
Him and Tyreek
Now,
Hill.
now,
and
look,
Kelsey.
that looks nice on paper, but I don't think that's going to happen.
No, I'm just thinking about on paper. But okay, go
Yeah, I'm
ahead.
thinking about paper. On paper, that's crazy.
Chiefs wouldn't care about no first round picks if they knew they can get Michael Thomas, Tyreek Hill, and Travis Kelsey.
Man, they'll give them 2 first-round picks and 2 second and 2 thirds to make that trade happen.
I have a team in my head right now, and I hope you say it.
Okay, we'll see. Number 4, the Patriots.
I don't know. They said Cam Newton been passing the ball better lately during camp.
We'll see. Number 3, the Ravens.
Yeah, right. Continue.
B, get on the mic, man.
The Chargers?
The Chargers are number 2.
Why?
B,
Ooh, that'd be
would
good.
you trade some picks and maybe a player or two to get Michael Thomas?
They're going to have to trade somebody because
They
they already got 2 Pro Bowl receivers.
They will probably have to trade one. I'm assuming they'll trade Mike Williams because he hasn't got paid yet. Or they might have to trade Keenan Allen just to make the salary.
They're
work.
not trading Keenan Allen.
He's not going.
He's not going
So
nowhere.
you trade some picks and
face.
Trade some Mike Williams to get Michael Thomas?
Out of there. I don't know. Mike Williams is nice.
Him, Austin Eckler with Keenan Allen, Justin.
I don't know how Michael Thomas would work out as a second option though. I think he'd be one of those dudes that'll mess everything up. That's the way I feel about that. I think the Chargers, what they have right now, receiver is perfect. I think the Chargers could have used Kyle Pitts as a draft pick, but I'm pretty sure they're not tripping off of having Rashawn Slater.
Yeah, Mark suggested that.
Yeah.
Make the trade.
Okay, and then number 1, this one I didn't understand, but then after I heard about it, it dawned on me.
What's that?
The Jaguars. Who was Michael Thomas's college coach?
Urban Meyer.
Trade him, put him in the Urban Meyer offense with Trevor Lawrence, with Travis Etienne.
Man, that'll be a cold team that's gonna go 6-10.
Mark, did the team you were thinking about were they on that list?
No,
What team were you thinking about?
Green Bay.
Ooh, there's no way.
That's not gonna work because Aaron Rodgers ain't gonna be there.
And 2, they're not going to trade him to a team that's going to basically
Dog walked in when they play him.
in the playoff. I guarantee they'll try to trade him out of the NFC.
He's not getting traded within the NFC at all. There's no way. They're not that stupid.
They are.
We'll see. Well, we'll keep an eye on this story
I'll
because
take that
obviously,
back. They are stupid.
we'll
They got
see.
Taysom Hill as their quarterback. But go ahead.
well, they don't have a GOAT like Tom Brady, like the Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are back with all 22 starters on offense and defense. And they have a full training camp with Antonio Brown, with Mike Evans, with Chris Godwin, a returning O.J. Howard, I might add.
That right there is going to be the scariest thing because Tom Brady. We already know how Tom Brady is with his short passing, and O.J. Howard. So people know who O.J. Howard is. O.J. Howard he's very good. He's going to be a big difference maker in that offense.
Hey,
you have
hey,
3?
They got what you call it back too, right? What's that little receiver name? Scotty Miller.
Yeah, nobody.
He's on a rookie contract. He ain't going nowhere.
He's not. They brought
and
back the whole.
and they still got Cameron Brate.
They still have all 22. Their first 22 starters on offense and defense, Mark.
Mm-hmm.
Which include them drafting Joe Triniff from Washington in the end of the first round. They brought back Shaq Barrett. They brought back Sue. They brought back Fournette.
Too bad they ain't winning. Okay.
And yeah,
and Tom Brady is the GOAT. We gotta get that question out of everybody's head.
there's no question. By the way, they brought up the other day during the draft who's on the Mount Rushmore quarterbacks. Mine personally is Brady, Manning, Peyton, and Elway.
Excuse me?
You said Peyton twice?
Brady, Manning, Montana, and Elway. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Okay, that's it. Okay, Brady, Montana, Peyton, and then Elway. Or that's my Mount Rushmore.
Nick, what's yours?
I got Peyton. I got Montana. I got
Why you just did not just say Brady first and get it out the way, man?
what? No, I don't think Brady's the best quarterback of all time.
Yeah,
I honestly think that I'm one of those people that honestly think if you would have gave Peyton Manning that defense that Tom Brady had early on, it would have been the same exact results, if not better. I'm gonna be real.
What's up, B? Go ahead. So who's your complete your Mount Rushmore?
All right, so it's I got Peyton, I got Tom Brady, I got Montana, and
He said Brady. He said Brady not the GOAT. Brady
he's
got three
not.
Brady got 3 Hall of Fame careers in one.
That's cool.
It's funny, man.
That's cool. You also have
It's
Bill
not-
Belichick over there running
it's
that
not-
defense
it's
90%
not
of the
close.
time.
That's cool. He was running defense last year too.
Yeah, it's about yeah.
Who got trash receivers?
Brady had trash receivers.
Brady
I
got
mean-
trash receivers.
Oh yeah, he did.
So who's
But-
the fourth?
The fourth one, ooh. I'm definitely not putting Brett Favre at anything on my
The-
quarterback list.
Did
you got Elway.
Ben say Brett Starr?
Nah, he
he
said
bet
Brett-
he bet on saying Bart Starr.
He said Brett Favre. He maybe he combined it. I don't know.
Nah, I'm a big fan of Warren Moon, so I don't know.
You got one more in your top 4?
Yeah,
What about you, Mark?
yeah.
I got Brady, Montana, Dan Marino, and Peyton.
Okay.
Yeah,
B, you got a Mount Rushmore quarterbacks?
In that order too.
Okay. All right.
Mm.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is our okay. Now that we did our 2 a days, let's make our predictions for our weekly stat predictions. For who this week we'll talk about rushing stats. So last week did our
Did we
pass.
miss a team?
No, we did it. That
No,
was all.
we did all of them.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So who do we have? Now, as we all know, Derrick Henry was Offensive Player of the Year. He led the league with over 2,000 yards rushing.
Hey, I called that.
You did.
Who's leading the NFL in rushing this year?
I want to say him, but it's very difficult for you to consistently get a rushing title. You know, you might, even for the greats, like they may get like two, like 2 of them, but then might end up in like number 2 or number 3 this year. So to be consistently getting number 1 rushing, especially in today's game too, is kind of different.
So who you got?
I think I want to say Derrick Henry, but I'm really going towards Dalvin Cook for some reason.
I'm glad I changed my mind because I swear I was thinking Dalvin Cook.
Yeah.
I'm going Nick Chubb.
John. That's who was. If I didn't pick Derrick Henry, I was gonna pick Nick Chubb. But I'm going with Derrick Henry.
All right. Who leads the league in rushing touchdowns?
Kamara.
Alvin Kamara.
Yeah. Kamara.
Alvin Kamara.
See, I'm going.
Only reason why I say that because like Alvin Kamara, even from college, he's a touchdown machine.
Wait. You said rushing touchdowns or just touchdowns period? From
rushing touchdowns.
Nah. That might be Nick Chubb.
Okay. I was going to say. I'm probably going to say. I think I'm going to say Derrick Henry. So makes me and Mark just flip flopped and took. So I'm going to say Derrick Henry. We'll pause. So next week we'll recap. We're going to look ahead to the AFC NFC East, and we're going to talk receiving next week. Let's talk some hoops before we on our way out, gentlemen. Oh man, we'll have to talk on the hoops. So real quick, rapid fire, as we recap NBA free agency. Winners and losers. Who's the biggest winner in the entire NBA offseason?
The Chicago Bulls.
Mark.
Yeah, the Bulls. But the Lakers.
Well, that's what we ain't gotta ask me. Y'all don't know who my answer is.
The Lakers look good on paper, but I think like the Bulls made moves that is going to affect them more than just the upcoming season, if that makes sense. You feel me?
Kenzie said he thinks Zeke what leading yards or touchdowns. So
Man, Zeke better worry about Never mind.
By the way,
I ain't
Hard
gonna
Knocks
say
is
that.
now on our HBO Max. Go watch
Man.
after you finish watching this.
I was about to say something crazy. Go ahead.
I said, obviously, I'm saying the Lakers, so you know you gotta ask me why. I mean, Russell Westbrook in discussion. Who were the biggest losers in the offseason?
Um,
I have a weird style about Russell Westbrook too, but
what's the stat?
all the superstars he played with, their best scoring year came with him at point guard.
Oh yeah, I seen that. Kevin Durant's highest scoring year was with Russell Westbrook. I mean, his highest scoring year his highest scoring years in general over there in OKC, so it makes a lot of sense.
And PG.
PG had a breakout year. He's coming off. That was his first breakout year after the injury.
And Harden.
All right, I'm gonna say the biggest loser this free agency. I don't know. Like Mark, I'm with you. What is New Orleans doing? You signed Devontae Graham to an offer sheet. You're in talks about maybe trying to get Lauri Markkanen. Y'all want to run Zion out of town within the first 3 years of his contract? Run Zion out of town in the year?
The Devontae Graham move was a good move.
Lauri Markkanen be a good move too.
Yeah, those are good moves. That's extra shooting.
Devontae Graham was cheaper than Lonzo Ball.
Yep.
Lauri
Lauri Markkanen gives them a legit, like he could be a legit 6-man on that team.
Mm-hmm.
Are you trading a first round pick for Lauri Markkanen?
Lauri Markkanen has the potential to be very good. I think with Lauri Markkanen's problem was he was in a bad situation.
I'm gonna this. Are you paying Lauri Markkanen $17 million?
Am I paying him $17 million?
Yeah.
Because
that's what he's gonna get in a sign and trade.
For what he could bring, yeah. To be honest, it's not that bad.
Maybe I like Devontae Graham, and then this is it. The Lauri Markkanen deal is not even done yet.
Yeah.
That's just hearsay. But I don't know. Maybe just some. I'm like something with New Orleans just seems off. Man, I don't know. They didn't resign Josh. They didn't resign Josh Hart.
Where'd he go?
He's still on the streets.
What?
Yes.
Why is the Lakers not going after him?
Bruh.
Because right now he's still considered
THT.
Well, that and he's still considered restricted unless New Orleans rescinds his qualifying offer and make him unrestricted, then they can go after him. But right now he's restricted.
Jerry West.
Lakers. It's a couple of teams that can go after Josh Hart. Josh Hart is a winning part, man.
Jerry West.
That's what I'm saying. He's still on the streets.
Jerry West.
I want to bring up a debate, and then we'll get into calling out names after that. So, a debate between Mark and Nick happened in our group chat, and I want to shout out the Homie Studio podcast because they started it with this question about Clay versus Dame. Now, obviously, we listened to the podcast, so shout out to Shades, about, what was the situation? Would you take Clay over Dame? And I guess you made the point where he was making a point where, he basically saying that, Dame that Clay, is a spot up shooter, which he kind of is, a catch and shooter.
He is.
And don't get me wrong, he's very good at it. One of the best at it. Do not get me wrong. But Dame's offensive game is just more complete.
So y'all ended up making this an even more crazier debate because y'all were debating Reggie Miller and Klay Thompson.
This is what I'm saying about Klay Thompson. I need Klay Thompson, and he may not never get this opportunity to do it, but I need for him to be the man on his team, like doing that on his team, for me to put him above Reggie Miller. That's just me. I'm not saying he's too like Reggie's like light years ahead of him, but in order for me, because I seen the games are similar, but I seen Reggie be the Batman and do all this and gotten his team somewhere. Maybe like Mark said, maybe if Reggie would decide to be a Robin, maybe he would have won a championship. Who knows? But me seeing Reggie as a Batman and what he did, where he led his team, and to be honest, only team he really couldn't beat on a consistent basis was the Bulls, and who the hell was during that time? Let's just be honest. Nobody's beating the Bulls during that time. No matter how good your team was in the East, you're going to eventually lose to the Bulls. It's just like that. So unless that one year Orlando got the fluke win against them.
Mark, explain your situation. Oh yeah, I'll make to bring this up. Before Mark goes. So Dennis Schroeder.
No, that's called no names.
Okay, I'll say that. I'll say that for calling no names. Okay, go ahead, Mark.
I think both of them are Robins. I think Reggie Miller played in an era where you can score 74 points and win.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't fly in today's game. So I think that the generation difference is what is what's making it seem so much of a big difference between a Batman and Robin with Reggie Miller and Clay. They both do the same. They both have the same type of game. They both not giving you more than 2 dribbles. They both really great shooters. Clay is a better defender and a better rebounder. But I think they both Robins, and there's not no shade at being both Robins.
So the premise of this debate could Reggie Miller be is Reggie a Robin or is Clay? Well, we all know Clay's a Robin. So is the premise that Reggie Miller would be more of a Robin if he played in this era with Clay, like if he was teammates with Steph? Is this the premise of this debate?
No matter it don't matter who it was. Both of them would have been Steph's Robin. It wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, no,
that's true.
Let's just break all the way down.
That's definitely
It doesn't
true.
matter. Both of them. It doesn't matter what Reggie was doing. And I'm a big Reggie fan, but what Steph Curry brings to the court is just ridiculous. And no matter who would have been on his, whoever it was, either one of them, they both would have been Robins. It wouldn't have mattered.
It took somebody like a Kevin Durant to come over there and be the best player on that team. Like that's how serious Steph is. That's how
real.
Serious. That's how serious Steph is. But I do feel like the original debate was Dame versus Clay. Would you take Dame or Clay? I'm taking Dame if you start the team from scratch.
Yeah, most definitely. If you start a team from scratch, you have to go with a guy like Damian Lillard.
Yeah, I'm taking Dame. But Clay the healthy Clay does a whole lot on the court.
I see. So we're gonna have to make this we're gonna somehow make this a poll question and post it on our Sports For You social medias and let the listeners chime in on it, see what they think. But let's get to our final segment of the day. It's time for the segment that's often imitated, it's never duplicated. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for calling out names. Our boy Dolly's favorite segment. Shout out to Too Much Game.
Shout out to Dolly.
I'm gonna start first with Joey Votto of the Cincinnati Reds. He was on the Dan Patrick Show last week, and he says fans should stop booing the Houston Astros.
Nope.
Let me be perfectly clear, Joey Votto. You have to be a Dodger fan to know what that is like for us to tell us not to boo. You got to be out of your mind if you think we're going to stop booing the Astros. Absolutely not. You are wrong.
Who is Joey Votto? What team Joey Votto play for?
He's the first baseman for the Cincinnati Reds.
So why is he talking about the Dodgers booing Houston?
He was on Dan Patrick, and the question was asked: should people stop booing the Astros?
Oh, okay.
And he thought they should. And I'm like, dude, you are out of line.
Oh, okay. So he didn't say the Dodgers specifically. He was just saying teams stop booing.
Yeah.
He said teams?
Yes.
No, they shouldn't. Let me tell you something. First and foremost, you cannot tell fans not to boo somebody. That's literally part of sports. It doesn't matter what the thing is, whatever it's about. If they want to boo, they're gonna boo. Especially in the situation that the Astros did. They deserve all types of boos and all this little stuff they getting. They deserve, because they most definitely were cheating. They got caught. Hey, that's the way it is. The Patriots went through the same thing. The Patriots still go through the same thing. Tom Brady not even there no more. They still get accused of cheating.
Very much. My next person I'm calling out is Clay Travis.
That's the racist dude, right?
Yes. So Clay Travis, as he normally does, like most people who hate, who are hate, he went at LeBron James again. What else is new?
Mm-hmm.
What LeBron do now?
All LeBron did was have the #1 movie in the country, and he didn't need China's help to do it. So Clay Travis said that the head council over in China is They're making sure Space Jam is not being aired in China. And then Clay Travis came out and said, well, LeBron's going to lose $200 million because he doesn't have China because he got woke and all this other stuff, and he didn't stand up for human rights. Once again,
Are you kidding me?
there's another example of someone bringing up China when it's convenient, and only bringing that up just because you want to placate to your conservative crowd who you pander to every day. And then Darren Ravel from the Action Network went out and said Space Jam has made $135 million box office and $75 million in merchandise sales. That's $210 million. So I don't think LeBron is hurting for $200 million in China, baby.
Pretty much.
Because he's already made more of that domestically here in the United States. China's good. The extra money be good, but he's okay.
And this is with HBO Max.
Yes, and you're not forgetting the streaming money as well. So Trey Travis swung, you missed again. And you're gonna keep missing because you being on that racist stuff.
Pretty much.
I gotta call out Dolphins Twitter.
What happened with Dolphins Twitter?
You haven't seen this story. I saw this today. They're suing Joy Taylor.
Whoa. Before you continue.
Are you kidding me?
Are they suing Joy Taylor about that story?
Which story?
The story she has said about Jason Taylor and the up on the podcast?
No, it's not that.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, are you serious?
No, they're suing her because for $25,000 because she said that she's not sold on Tua as a quarterback, but the Cincinnati Bengals should give Joe Burrow time because coming back from injuries is mental. And I'm like, let me be perfectly clear to Dolphins Twitter. You know Joy Taylor is a Dolphins fan, right?
One of the biggest damn Dolphins fans.
And do you forget who her brother was? Or is?
Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer
Jason Taylor. Who played for who?
The Miami Dolphins.
And Washington.
And he stole money from there, too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they gave the money to him, so that was their fault.
We forgot the Jets as well, but he stole money
that
from
don't count.
He said he stole money from Washington.
He definitely stole money from them.
No. They're suing, the Twitter is suing somebody?
Dolphins Twitter, which is a bunch of Dolphins fans, are suing Joy Taylor for $25,000 for basically talking about for bashing Tua.
Damn. All right.
And so she said, and then
$25,000?
Yeah. I'm like, are you kidding me, dude?
Man, go and play the soundbite.
No, the real
Are
one.
you kidding me?
Yeah, not that one. Not yet.
So I'm like, you guys gotta be, you're crazy. All right, Mark. So they should sue all the talking heads on ESPN, FS1, etc. Pretty much. By the way, Joy Taylor used to host local radio in Miami. So she's not just Jason Taylor's brother. Before she became a national TV personality at FS1, she was actually doing media stuff as well. So for everybody who thinks she's being Miss National hot take person, no, she's actually a real Dolphins fan.
And she knows football.
Go ahead, Mark.
I'm calling out the great Dennis. What's his name? Schroeder.
Yes.
I say his name
yes,
right.
Yeah.
Hey, I should have texted B and told him to have that DJ Khaled soundbite. DJ Khaled say, "Congratulations, you played yourself."
Yeah.
That's exactly what he did.
Yeah, that's what he did.
Turned down a 4-year, right, John?
Yes.
4-year, $84 million contract offer with the Lakers.
Yes.
To sign a 1-year, $6 million deal with Boston. Don't get me wrong, $6 million is still a lot for people who don't have it. But when you had 84 sitting on your table, your grandkids are definitely punching the air.
Yeah, for the people who really not really put that into perspective. So
he's
that's $6 million. That's $6 million, right? Yeah. And let's say that's 4 years. 4 times 6 is what? 24.
Yeah.
He would have been roughly getting around that much per year if he would have signed that contract.
Yeah. He joined an illustrious list of players who had contract offers and they turned them down. Starting with the great Latrell Sprewell, who had a $21 million 3-year, $21 million offer from the Minnesota Timberwolves, but said that wasn't enough to feed his family in his career. And a year later, he wasn't offered a deal, and his career was over.
Yeah, that
Are you
was
kidding me?
that was the ultimate karma right there.
Bonzi Wells, who had a 5-year, $36 million offer on the table from the Sacramento Kings, turned it down, only to sign a 2-year deal, a 2-year, $5 million deal with the Houston Rockets. Nerlens Noel
Oh God,
is probably the biggest culprit of this.
I don't know. I think,
That before Schroeder.
yeah, I would say Schroeder for sure stole the show.
Before Schroeder. He had a 4-year, $70 million offer from the Dallas Mavericks.
He was never going to get that deal from nobody.
Turned it down
Else.
and had to settle for a 1-year, $4.1 million deal
With the Dallas Mavericks.
with the Dallas Mavericks. The same team. And now Dennis Schroeder, he's the only one on this list who ended up staying with the same team. Now, Dennis Schroeder, you have joined the You Played Yourself Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Mark, you got anybody else?
Nah, he stole the show this week.
Sure did. Go ahead, Nick.
All right. First person I'm going to call out is Torrey Holt.
Oh, boy.
You mean to tell me that you believe that you and Isaac Bruce were the best receiver duo of all time? Let me tell you something. You said that you're better than Chris Carter and Randy Moss, right? Neither one of y'all are better than Chris Carter. How in the world are y'all? How in the world are two players not better than one of the players of a duo?
Yeah, they're not better.
They're not better than the thank you. You're not better than the lesser player of the duo. I can't say weaker because Chris Carter was ridiculous.
He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, but the lesser player in that duo, you were not. Neither one of y'all are better than.
Let me tell you what Chris Carter said about it. He don't like comparing himself to other players.
He really doesn't.
But since Isaac Bruce and Torrey Holt threw his name into the discussion, he's just going to tell him what Nick just said. You're not better than me. You're not better than Randy Moss. And we had the same amount of touchdowns y'all had in a lesser amount of time.
Sure did.
Now I do have a question.
Yes.
They not better. They're not better than that duo.
No.
No, they're not.
But what other duos? What other duos better than him?
Better than Isaac Bruce and Torrey Holt all time? I can't name many.
I can't think of anything right now. But
They might be number two. Honestly, they might be number two, especially in that era when they played. I don't think there's a better two receiver duo.
I do.
Who? Outside of Moss and Chris Carter, who else?
Were they better than Jerry Rice and T.O.?
What?
With the Raiders?
No, when
Hey, watch out, man. You ain't funny about that. Watch out.
Jerry Rice and T.O. Remember, T.O. was T.O. when he was with, when Jerry Rice was there, though?
T.O. was nice over there in Frisco.
He was, but was he?
Man, he was ridiculous over there. If he wouldn't drop so many passes.
Early T.O. had the issue with the drops.
Yeah, he got over that.
Was early T.O. better than either Isaac Bruce or Torrey Holt? Early T.O.
No. Maybe about second year T.O. was. Second or third year T.O. was.
That's still, he's talking about like the early years in general. Like
early years in general?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Philly T.O. was better than Isaac Bruce and Torrey Holt. Cowboys T.O. was better than Isaac Bruce and Torrey Holt.
What was the best T.O.?
Buffalo Bill was
Eagles T.O.
And Buffalo T.O. was nice too. Hold on. He still had like about 1,100 that year.
Bengals T.O. was nice. He had 900 yards.
Yeah. T.O. Yeah.
Buffalo.
Huh?
How many drops he had for Buffalo?
Tell me I
don't know, man. He was
you're the captain of Bills Mafia.
He was an old man during that time, man.
You tell me you're the captain of Bills Mafia.
He probably had the same amount of drops as yards. But anyway, go ahead.
You talking about J.P. Losman?
No. Yeah, it don't matter if it hit his hands. It don't matter who threw it to him. I could have threw it to him.
Wow.
It hit his hands. He's supposed to catch it.
Wow. Nicky, you got anybody else?
Oh yeah, I have LAPD.
Oh wow, I think I know where this is going.
So
Nick, you didn't even send me the video, dog.
My bad, dog. I'm gonna send it to you after this. For all of you who don't know about this, there was an altercation between the LAPD and Jackson Hayes.
For those who know who Jackson Hayes is, he's a young center for the New Orleans Pelicans.
Now, he stays out here.
Pretty good,
And yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's real good.
And he was arrested. And his charges were resisting arrest. That was it.
Are you kidding me?
Until
Now-
we saw the video.
Now, in the video, it shows that it was Jackson Hayes. He was on the ground, and there was about 3 or 4 police officers. One police officer had both his hands on his forehead, pressing his head down. Another officer was like had his shoulder, it was like around his shoulders, pressing him down, and another one was like laying on top of his like his waist and leg area. So they said throughout that process that he was complaining that they were on his neck and he couldn't breathe at one point. And you could hear his friend in the background saying that what actually happened. The police came over there and they tried to go into his house, and he said no. And it led to an altercation where an officer pushed him, and he pushed the officer back, and that's where all that happened. Now, with that being said, he gets tased while on the ground. They end up sending like about 4 or 5 other police officers over there. You know, it's causing it was just a big fiasco going on. So the other day, LAPD's union sends a letter to Adam Silver, a 4-page letter saying that they want him to apologize for calling the officers the N-word. Pause the beat. Let me tell y'all something right now. When you hear the term, the person has been arrested for resisting arrest, and that's the only charge, that is BS. You have to, in order for you to be arrested, there has to be a plausible cause. Since there's no cause, why would he be resisting arrest? They were called over there supposedly because of domestic disturbance. In other words, one of his neighbors called the police to go up over there because they were loud.
Right.
That's what it came down to. LAPD, you tased this dude, had him pinned down on the ground, all this other little stuff, and you guys sent a 4-page letter saying that you were offended because he called you the N-word?
And that's calling out names. Mark, what you gonna say about find a word on that, bro?
Nope, not on this show.
All right, say that for tomorrow.
Nope. I'm keeping this show on. I'm keeping this show on air.
Okay, say that for no rules. Next week we're gonna preview the NFC and the AFC East.
Uh-oh.
So Mark's gonna have a lot to say about his Buffalo Bills. We might as well get ready to queue up that Bills Mafia next week. Being ready.
No.
Oh, that's cold.
You
Wow.
Bills
Mark-
Mafia every week.
You don't want to play that Benny the Butcher. No, what you got against Griselda? Got something against Griselda, I guess.
Griselda cool, but
Well, listen. He played that stupid Charger song.
Well, San Diego Superchargers, huh?
All right.
San Diego.
So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about latest in the summer league.
This song is terrible.
The latest in the summer league. Obviously, preseason week 1 will be a wrap. We'll recap the first week of the preseason, and we'll be looking at the week 2. Remember, preseason is only 3 weeks this year,
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
so we're really gonna end the show like this, huh? This is really how we're gonna end the show, huh?
Oh, I was about
So-
to say something. This sound like I almost
Man,
said
don't say it.
something
Man, don't say it.
This is so disrespectful.
Man, you gotta get the show shut down.
Really, I was about to get the show shut down.
Nope. Nope.
Let it there.
I swear to God, we're in LA now.
That sounds like a lot of powdery substances were involved with this song.
Sound like a lot.
Nah.
You Charger fans are killing me right now. You're killing me, Smalls.
you welcome, Kenzie, man. Let's get it.
Oh God. Look, I'll see y'all. Look, Charger fans, I'll see y'all December 12th, and hopefully I'll see y'all January 2nd. This is crazy, man. This is crazy, man.
Sorry, y'all.
Mark, you stupid, man.
What'd he say?
He said, read the text. Read the
Nah,
text.
no, relax. Just relax. Just relax.
Don't say it on air. Just yeah. Y'all wanna know what Mark said? Ask about it tomorrow on No Rules, okay? But thank y'all.
They might as well ask now.
Nah.
Ain't no rules tomorrow. They can go ahead and ask now.
Oh no. We won't have a show next week.
Oh, hold the heck up. By the way, shout out to Lisa. She just texted me.
Uh-huh.
Man, she said
Oh.
all right, so yeah, the Broncos tickets are getting a little pricey. But okay, I see. Okay.
Who, the Chargers and the Broncos?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at well, I seen these. The lowest tickets is
That's good.
56.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, I'm
That's gonna be a
there.
slugfest.
I'm there. I just gotta find me. I'm debating: do I want to buy a new Atwater or do I want to buy a new Champ?
Oh, we have the results of the
There's
of
nobody
the Kay
on
Cunningham Jalen Green game.
What are the results as one way up, bro?
Detroit lost 91-111. Let me see here.
Who balled?
Kay Cunningham had 20 points. He had 7 fouls, 2 assists, and 4 rebounds.
How many fouls?
You could have more than 5 fouls. And,
You got 10.
10,
You can have 10.
That's
10 in summer league,
10 to get in, huh? All right, 10 to get out?
pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
And what did Jalen Green do?
Let me see here. Jalen Green,
He balled.
Had 20,
Jalen
he had
Green,
25.
I was watching.
Three assists, 5 rebounds, 1 steal, 4 turnovers. He was a plus 17. He had 4
I was
fouls
looking-
as well.
Yep.
He went 6 for 11.
What you
10
see?
for 11
What
from the free
you
throw.
see, Mark? What you see? What you seeing early, man? I know it's summer league, but what you seeing?
Jalen Green got to get stronger with the ball.
Right.
Paul.
Well, I think he might. Well, spoiler alert,
That's
he
where
might
the
be
4
my
turnovers came from.
Yeah.
spoiler alert. He might be my favorite for rookie of the year. But we'll say that next month when we start talking NBA.
All the Rockets starters in this game had double-digit points.
Okay. So let's go ahead and head on out
That's what I'm
here.
about to say. But also, Josh Christopher looked real good.
Kenyon Martin Jr. was balling too.
Oh, shout out to Kmart Senior. He's on the Nuggets summer league staff now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
All right. So next week, I said we're gonna preview the NFC South. We'll recap week 1 of the preseason. We're gonna recap the Malice in the Palace documentary on Netflix, and we'll even recap the first week of Hard Knocks with the Cowboys.
Are we?
Yeah, let me see. Let's see.
We'll discuss. I watched the highlights.
Let's see how it goes first. Let's see how it goes first. But we'll see. But next week we'll just definitely discuss the Malice documentary on Netflix. I recommend go look at that. It's up right now, available to be streamed. But we'll talk about that next week, and we'll talk Summer League, and we'll talk AFC, NFC East. Thank y'all for tuning in again. Make sure you hit the like button on Facebook for Sports for You podcast, Townhouse Media. Also, make sure you subscribe to Townhouse Media on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Sports for You podcast, Townhouse Media now on Instagram. Follow us, and then of course download Spotify, Spreaker, Apple, iHeartRadio, Google Pod, Amazon, iHeartRadio, Verbal, and Stitcher podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Sports for You. I'm John. That's Nick Freeze.
What it do?
That was Mark. That's Mark.
I'm right here.
And that's
Yes, sir.
being ready. And we will see.
San Diego Supercharger. Good night, folks.
I don't think I'm
That
going
is
to be in the studio next week.